What is going on, my gamers, gooners, and anybody who falls in between on that spectrum? The two genders, gaming and gooning. So today we've got a little bit of a blast from the past, if you will. A little bit of a nostalgia. I mean, it's nostalgia. Like, can you be nostalgic for a game that just came out? These kinds of philosophical questions are what we really aim to answer here on the Salted Slices channel. Now, you'll have to let me know how my audio sounds, because Elgato decided to randomly install an update to the microphone that I use, which is completely fine, right? Like, I don't really mind my tech being as updated as possible. However, because of it, I can no longer monitor output on my OBS. Well, I probably can, but I'm gonna have to go into settings, change around a bunch of stuff, and realistically, I wasn't doing that a minute before stream started. So now that I know it's an issue, I'll probably fix it tomorrow before I go live. I just wasn't aware that it could have even have been an issue until I decided to launch up my OBS, at which point it very not kindly or not gently in any way, shape, and or form reminded me, hey buddy, just so you know, bozo, yeah, it's not gonna work anymore. It's not gonna be like that. In fact, for a bit I was hearing my own voice through my headphones. That's a fate worse than death. So it's so disorienting to try and think when you have your own voice in your head, because it feels like you're always talking over somebody. And me personally, I was raised with manners. All right, I was the last generation with manners. Sorry, I'm boomer posting. Also, I was floating there. Don't worry about it. Floating, levitating, Dua Lipa and the baby. If I ever trip, I'll fall into a better situation. You know what I mean? If not, that's understandable. You'll get there someday. Not everybody's as quick-witted as hold on, sorry. I'm literally just yapping as I'm clicking settings. So whatever I was saying, you can completely disregard it. I know my brain did. Oh my god, this game can have audio. Okay, hopefully there's a soundtrack once we're in game. It's very ominously quiet while we're here on the starting screen. Now let me give a little bit of like backstory. Well, I guess we can click start game as I give my backstory with ZombieVille USA. I'm sure I'm not alone in having played this. Use right click or WASD to move. Yo, moving with right click, shit that would fry my brain within mere seconds. Anyways, when I was a kid and I first got my iPod Touch circa Christmas 2008, probably, I was on the lookout for new games to play. What games was I playing? Well, of course, only the best game of all time, Pocket Frogs, which is a game in which you look after a frog on your phone. But then, imagine my surprise when a year later, after getting my first iPod Touch, ZombieVille USA releases. I was like, you can do that? You can make a game about zombies on the G-dang phone? That should be, I mean, how could they possibly have done this? And the answer was, you know, probably very easily. It was just a side-scrolling game. There's another one I played. It was like a Stickman combat game. I should try and find that one and see if they have a sequel. But I was going on Steam today. I just opened it up, to open VTube Studio just so I could play Bazaar. And then I went, do I really feel like playing Bazaar on the patch day? And then I saw this game sitting there on my Steam recommended for you page. And I got like a blast of all of the nostalgia from playing the original ZombieVille in 2009. So then I went, well, we gotta play it now. In fact, just saying, my first ever E-date was to ZombieVille. So put some real respect on this one, all right? I called her up on FaceTime and I said, you know what we're about to do? Keep in mind, I was probably not, I don't think I was even in 6th grade at this point. I was like, oh yeah, it's fucking go time, baby. Hold a button to pick it up. Got it. We're learning. So we have limited ammo on our weapons, as you might imagine. It's kind of how a lot of weapons work. They don't generally get unlimited ammo unless you're in an action movie. What the fuck even is this game? You want me to play now, before you even say anything about what the fuck is this game, just keep in mind that you want me to play a game where I place cards on a board and they make noises for you. You want me to play like a sensory toy game. So like, this one's at least got some gameplay to it. Hold shift to sprint. Maybe I will, but not right now. Anyways, so it was my first ever E-date. It was probably like 4th grade, right? And I told this girl, just wait for my FaceTime call. Then I called her and I was like, you got ZombieVille USA? And she went, no, of course not. What is that? And I went, all right, get ready to have your whole entire life changed. Now, getting hit there, probably not optimal. X to drop a weapon on the ground. I don't think we're going to be doing that right now. But so we called up, we went through the ZombieVille levels. Hey, I didn't even say anything in your mind wanted to bizarre. Look, I'm just saying. Oh shit, holding click makes you throw multiple. We've wasted a singular grenade. I'm just saying the taxpayer dollars, they're not gonna be too happy about me doing that one. The game is a smidge on the loud side for me. So hold on, let me go into the audio settings. I do love that this game is unapologetically made by one guy. What do I mean? This shit is like when I first start up Unity, this was the first menu I made for one of my games. It looked exactly like this. Can I ever play one of your games? They're lost to time because I made Flash games, so get fucked. No, now what games do you make? All right, yeah, so I've kind of had a bit of a downgrade. Clearly he's been thriving. But it just seems like a zombie wave-based survival game, and I figured what else is better to yap to? I ate salt because I didn't eat a lot for dinner and I was still hungry. I don't think salt has the nutritional values you require, unless you're just saying I ate, comma, salt, in which case you were informing me. But if you were just saying that you just had salt, if you were a horse, that would go crazy. Their salt licks are one of like their best features, I think. Okay, you can also use spacebar to shoot. If you, maybe that's the kind of button you'd press if you're like a right click to move gamer. Now we're nearly out of ammo, so I think it's probably time I start looking for something else instead of just training in one area for no reason. Especially because if we're gonna start getting people who run a little bit faster, I definitely should. Well, hold on. I mean, this is just simply too good. He body blocked it. Holy shit, Steven Rogers as a zombie. My man jumped on it with no hesitation, bounced on it even, did tricks on it perhaps. Sledgehammer melee. I feel like having a melee option goes crazy because now I don't have to worry about ammo. Okay, but I can also just like get hit. That's true. Definitely far less of an option when I'm using ranged, but I need to learn the melee, right? Because otherwise, I'll never get any better. Now, there, I did the cowardice thing, okay? I did switch to my gun. It was a little Indiana Jones moment. He really thought we were about to do something there. The grenades are good, but ass. And the reason I say it is, like, they do a lot of damage. However, damn, is it rough to actually hit you. You got lunge to you, holy. All right, we gotta go pick up. We need to stop worrying about every single little dollar on the ground, because if I keep worrying about every single little dollar, we're fucked. All right, this can replace the other one I had because it's strictly an upgrade most likely. So it seems like we need to keep running. Now, that's all helps me feel less hungry. Oh yeah, I forgot you're fasting. Never mind, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense why you would just eat salt. I just thought that the British palate was getting so unrefined that the idea of a spice was all that they needed at this point. Which is like fair. The US stopped doing trade with them probably, and if not, just give it like a week. They're probably about to stop doing trade with them. All right, off rip, what can I say? We need some kind of health regen. That's 1 out of 40 Z coins found, thank God. I was starting to think that this game wouldn't have Z coins. It's a good thing that it does. That really does change everything for me. I mean, what would I eat if I was fasting? Like, what would my first non-fasting meal be aside from like that ass? Because that's the obvious answer, right? Everybody would say that one. Haha, very funny. But like, what would I actually have? It's a rough question. One that I don't know the answer to because I don't think I'd have the self-control to fast. Okay, you are impossible to kill, correct? Yeah, no, you're just like the spirit of vengeance. I understand. One more. And eventually it had to work. Give me this one. Feels wrong to try and use that the second we get it though, doesn't it? Hold on. Maybe I should. I suppose between using it and dying, I'd rather use it. When given those kinds of options, yeah, using it definitely does feel a smidge better. All right, run through here. Now they can lunge, so we just gotta play careful because I'm not used to them having that kind of reach. What are we gonna do with this one? We're gonna replace our nades, I think, and see how this feels. All right, thoughts? Feels decent because we've got that instead of a grenade. And I feel like a rocket propelled grenade is probably stronger than a normal grenade. If it wasn't, why would we need the modifiers in front of it? Granted, the Uzi is already almost out of ammo, so maybe I just use this to fight back to the grenades that I dropped. Because it seems like this thing has no fucking ammo. Yeah, I think we do that one. Is this Survivors but American redneck? Well, okay, so like technically, if we want to get very technical about it, this game released in 2009, but like it was a side scroller back then. So now it's just been readapted for modern audiences with more flashing colors in front of you, which I very much do appreciate. I think that I will take I didn't think I was so fat that I couldn't walk through this little opening. If you want to know the truth, I honestly thought I was a little bit skinnier than that. I really did think that, like, the days I've been putting in for, don't shut the fuck up. Don't show me that. That doesn't make me happy. That makes me feel a sense of dread. Okay, so we're able to unlock characters. I mean, like, honestly, who do you guys want me to unlock? You guys tell me. Oh, hold on. They don't. Oh, I have to select a character. That's why. So then we're also able to upgrade our pistol, equip stuff. Okay. We should probably start getting a baseball bat and then maybe even upgrading it. So we've got all reliable in the equipped. How would one equip this? Okay. Now I understand. Goth. I somehow knew where the internet was going. I saw that one too, and I thought to myself, this is going to be the answer. And fine, we'll do it. Call me insane. Call me insane. I feel as though it's an upgrade your pistol ammo. Oh, I probably should have looked at perks first before spending all of my money. Okay, we're probably not going to change at all. Tough guy increases your max HP. That's fine. Is there an HP regen? Your melee attacks heal you for 1% of your missing health. Controller increase the duration of freeze and burning. Yeah, we weren't even at that point. Let's not lie to ourselves. Cause greater money to drop. The increase by 25% can occur once every 20 seconds. Weapons have a 2% chance per rank to not consume ammo when fired. Increases the money drop by zombies by 4% per rank. When you are under 30% health. No. Here we go. Regenerate health over time. All right. Now I'm going to be an unstoppable god. I'm a holy man this month. I gave up big titty goth girls, but could they give you up? You're acting as though this is a one-sided situation. You got to think of how the poor women feel now that they don't have you. Oh, I forgot to unlock a new character. Whoops. I forgot that was like a different currency. Well, that seems pretty good off rip. But like, I do think you got to think about this both ways. Yes, they can give me up. I'm a bald British freak. Honestly, the only part of that I think is like a deal breaker is the British part. And if you work on that, I think you're going to be unstoppable. There is a more undateable place to be from, though. And I know that this sounds like it's about to be racism. Trust me, it's punching inward. I do think that if you're from the US, it's pretty hard to like want to date somebody there right now. Like, what are you going in for? I'm pretty sure we just made segregation legal again, but I don't keep up with all of our news. You'd think that that's one that I definitely would keep up with, keep my pulse on the finger of society. I probably should, but it just happened today. What's happening in the US right now is like a blink and you miss it. There's 77 new executive orders being signed every second. I can't do it, man. I can't keep up with that shit. That's not for me. Like the one time when he announced that all paper straws are banned and now we're only getting plastic straws, and yet I still get paper straws. So I don't really know if that executive order went through. I just know he was bragging about it a lot, which, I mean, like that, hey, your finger's on the pulse of society. Okay, can I honestly say something about this though? So what he said about getting rid of paper straws and putting in plastic, low-key base take. I don't really care one way or another, right? Like if the straw bothered me that much, I just have a metal straw on hand. But his rationale behind it pisses me off, even though I don't really care about the reasoning that much, right? Or sorry, even though I don't really care about the outcome that much. Because what he said is, when you have a hot drink, the straw just dissolves in it. And like, I don't disagree that that's probably true. What hot drink are you getting that you were having with a straw? Like, I've thought about this constantly and I can't come up with an answer. And before you say something ignorant like coffee, they have sippy cups made specifically for coffee. Wouldn't the plastic also melt? Well, it's just more for me. I'm trying to come up with a world where I'm having tea. If you don't sip tea and you drink it through a straw, that's crazy. The only tea I've ever had through a straw is a sweet tea, which is iced. I've never had a hot, sweet tea, but maybe that's on me. Maybe I haven't lived yet. And maybe he's on a wave that I'm not on yet. Maybe I'm about to have hot, sweet tea. Most teas are iced now too. That's what I'm saying. I don't really care about the order being passed at all. I honestly, you know, in my free time, I throw used soda container rings into the ocean just to give the turtles a little snack to enjoy. So, I mean, like, I'm kind of with him. Like, we fight the power together on that one. But I just don't understand the rationale behind it. I love unsweetened McDonald's tea. Hot sweet tea is fucking peak. I don't know if I've ever had it, which is why I'm saying maybe he's on to something. Maybe this is my awakening. Maybe I was the ignorant one this time. This time I have to really like specify on that, all right? Because obviously normally I'm the most intelligent man in the room, but this time I might have got something a little wrong. I'm not afraid to admit it. Why are they not even walking towards me? It's like they don't even recognize me anymore. So like, my take on McDonald's sweet tea, it's really good, but it's been ruined for me. And I know this isn't fair because it's one bad bunch, but I went to a McDonald's one time and I got the tea because I was craving it. And then I took a sip of it and it was the most rancid thing I've ever had in my life. And I was like, what the fuck? I thought I loved McDonald's tea. What's happened? And so I took off the cap to my drink. The motherfuckers gave me the bottom of the tea where it was nothing but all of the leaves they used to flavor the rest of the tea beverage. And like, that's fucked up. You shouldn't do that. Because I don't mind tea being strong, but I don't like tea that I have to chew. And I don't think that that's an insane take. I don't want it to be chewy tea. It's just not me anymore at that point. I think we're gonna finish using this pistol because this one had more ammo. Ah, they both had about 30. So I probably should have saved my higher tier one. We gotta keep the baseball bat just in case all else fails. All right, now we swap these out. Great game design to make the used weapons just completely disappear the second they hit the ground, by the way. So we don't have unnecessary clutter. Dude, I'm kind of going crazy this run. Like, I'm just saying, don't be surprised if you see me on the leaderboards, okay? If you see Assault and Slices on the leaderboards, just know it is me. Because this kind of play is elite. They're calling him the LeBron James of this game, of ZombieVille USA 3D. It has to be ice, though, because unsweetened hot tea kind of tastes like nothing. I agree. I do think the unsweetened tea is the way you gotta go, though, because, like, the sweet tea is too much. I'm a big fan of sugar. Don't misunderstand my words here. I'm a huge fan of sugar. But the amount of sugar in a McDonald's sweet tea is, like, coma-inducing. It can go too far one way. It gets to the point where I'm not even tasting tea, I just taste the sugar. But it sucks because the unsweetened tea I'm not huge on either. So what do I normally do? I normally just get the unsweetened tea, but they have little sugar packets. Well, I think they're like Splenda or Stevia. Same shit. It tastes sweet. It just tastes a little bit more artificially sweet. Okay. Good news, there is not splash damage. That could have been a really horrible time to figure that one out. I mean, I guess if it's legendary, we might as well just keep... That was honestly, no wonder that sign says stop. That was aptly named. It really did. All right, a crossbow, A crossbow of sorts? I understand where you're coming from. I mean, it is a +5 crossbow. I feel like it's probably better than what I'm running on slot 1 right now. Well, it doesn't give me a good spammable weapon. Oh, it's an explosive tip crossbow. Oh, they did play Black Ops 2. Cheeseburger or chicken burger? Okay, so you calling it a chicken burger, it does make me have to say one thing. It's the one thing that people from Britain are correct about. Like, at this point in my life, it's just a chicken sandwich because everybody around me calls it a chicken sandwich. But, like, you are correct more so that it is a burger. And I'm not happy that you are, because you know how much I hate having to give the British props for anything. On that one, you're kind of fucking right. And it's a chicken sandwich because it's a sandwich. But see, like, but then how come we don't call it a beef sandwich when it's a burger? Right? It doesn't make sense. There are sandwiches that involve chicken. Don't get me wrong. But those are very different from a crispy piece of breading betwixt two buns. In my humble opinion. I'm not an expert on it because cheeseburger is an American delicacy. I guess we probably had to give it a special name for this one instance of, hey guys, we actually made something. It's actually got nothing to do with it being American, or it has nothing to do with like, what is a sandwich? The age old question. Is a hot dog a sandwich? You know, where do you fall on the age old debate? It's all just to do with the fact that people from the US can point to something and be like, we fucking made that for once. All right. Give me a shotgun here. It's just not got much ammo. We should probably get out of here then, because we don't have much ammo to survive or sustain ourselves around here. Didn't even make the cheeseburger. It was made in Germany. Please don't tell that to somebody who's proudly wearing a red cap. You will get shot. I just said, look, for your own personal protection, I agree with you. I don't think that we've made much of anything. Volatile causes enemies to explode. You're goddamn right it does. But you can't say that. Did I hear Germany? Oh no, he's been summoned. See, this is what happens. This is why we have to be careful. Because now he's gonna like brag, oh, we have socialized healthcare or some shit. Okay. I watch homeless men die on the street from fent overdoses. Who's the winner, bud? Spoiler, it's probably you, because I don't think you're paying for therapy for that. But I am. However, we definitely have those. No doubt in my mind. I think unlocking the character just gives you a skin. So I'll really have to look through all the characters and see which one I self-identify with the hardest. Obviously, the goth baddie and me share a lot of similarities, right? Like, we're both desired by everybody. And we both fit through a straw if we try hard enough, I'd imagine. Reach infection level 10. Yeah, I mean, they gave me an achievement for it, but honestly, to me, it's just not even an achievement, right? Like, it's just too easy. Now I got a knife with perks on it. So a knife is horrible. Whatever you do, don't trust a knife. All right, I'm gonna give you guys some free advice when you play Zombieland USA 3D, which I'm sure you were all just about to pick up at this very moment. Do not use the knife, even if it has the volatile perk. It just doesn't feel good enough. Just throw a bunch of nades until that guy dies. Good shit. It's just like smart use of your resources, you know? All right, we got this one. We should use the rest of it and then swap weapons. We've kind of got two AoE weapons that I'm not huge on. It feels like I'm doubling up. They're taking each other's jobs. Good shit. Could have died there very easily, by the way, because I was almost in that explosion radius. All right, so this is where your sprint button really comes in. You motherfuckers, don't you even try. That's just cheating. This game is laced with fen. It's kind of fucking awesome. Or unless what you're trying to say is all of these guys are just like post-fen. POV, you thought one dose couldn't hurt that bad. Now I'm in the Walmart parking lot like this. All right. Honestly, there's just not even a need to throw my nade. I was just about to throw it to Flex. You guys are gonna freak out when you realize Fent was made by a Belgium. Am I supposed to hate people from Belgium? Can you remind me what they've done to make me hate them? Because pretty much when I hear Belgium, all I think of is the waffles. And like, I don't even know if they came up with those. The joke, by the way, is it's not. Whoa! Hold on. Wait, he's him. Wait, he's trained his whole life. All those zombies said, but he made graduation. He can't be that bad. I mean, so realistically, to a Kanye fan, when does that defense stop working? It kind of feels like it's the Kanye fans version of, but the glove didn't fit if you just really liked OJ when he was playing sports. I honestly think you can probably put that part behind you because it does appear as though, you know, different information has come out surrounding that guy. You probably don't want to still be, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter at this point, right? Like OJ is dead, so we can all say he did that shit and it doesn't really matter. Unless he comes back. Honestly, POV, these are OJ's defenders from the grave. It's crazy. The glaze never stops. All right. Make sure those guys are honestly the most deadly because they're quick. These little zombies, they just don't even bother me. You, on the other hand, terrify me. Okay, check this shit out. 1, 2, 3. He's done. Just show me his body. Whoa, I didn't even see that guy spawned on me. Well, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. Okay. But now we can unlock more upgrades, by the way. We're purposefully dying early to just keep the upgrade train going. Because at some point, we got to be harder. Or we got to be stronger. Graduation was a really good album, but you cannot defend what he said. Still won't stop me from putting it on my playlist. I mean, I feel like that's based, but there's an even more based way to do it. Bootleg his music. Thoughts? Because at that point, then you're on to something, right? You get all that you need. Hold on, we should just get all of these upgrades first. Oh, they do it that way. Fuck. What's Grave Robber? Have a 1% chance per rank to instantly kill their target. I don't know if that's really that good. Increase the... Opening a crate restores 2% of your ammo for all weapons. Those are both really good. I think we're gonna go with the... I think we go with that. earn more money first so we can start getting our econ up. I miss the new Kanye. I don't think you do. I just really don't think you do. Which one looks the most like me in real life? Hey, Eldon, it's you. Sorry, I saw a bald guy. Sorry, that's on me. So it's just, I mean, it was second nature. It could be worse. I just kind of fuck with a guy in a suit, but I also kind of fuck with the clown. All right, we're going crazy now. I'll add $1 to his $1 billion bank account. Yeah, I mean, also, how much can Spotify possibly pay in royalties? Dude, speaking of, did you ever see the scam that this one guy was running that Spotify got really mad at him for running? So the whole point of it was he made a bunch of fake accounts, or like a bunch of different artists that were AI music or something like that. And he was just spamming them out onto the platform. So whenever they were generating listens, he was stealing money from them, right? So all it was just taking money by using a bunch of different fake Spotify accounts. Now you could argue that using AI to create songs is unethical or anything like that. Sure, whatever. But Spotify is suing him and getting back the money. Why? That I don't understand. Yes, he lied, but why does your platform make it so easy for somebody to lie and then profit off of it? It seems as though there should have been an internal investigation at some point rather than just saying, hey, this guy's got to give us back all the money. Well, you shouldn't have created a system that allowed him to get all of that money, in my humble opinion. Now, I know that what I'm saying could arguably turn into them just hating the artists who are uploading onto their platform, which would be the wrong way for that pendulum to swing. But like, I still do think that overall we gotta kind of think about it as they should patch the loophole and let him keep the money, in my opinion. I haven't read through their terms of service. They probably have something in the terms of service that says, hey, by the way, you can only make one Spotify account per IP address / per person. But who's to say each of the AI artists he made weren't their own artists that had their own individual vision for what was going on? And you could say it's AI. Of course they don't have any vision, but I don't know what an AI sees. You know, I don't know if robotic sheep dream of robots dream of electronic sheep. There we go. I fucking eventually got there. I couldn't remember what the saying was because realistically, I don't think I've heard it in a while. I don't think people are using that one anymore. Speaking of, I don't think I've had many dreams recently. Now that I used to have such vivid dreams all the time. Do you think it's just the soul-crushing nature of real life and working a 9 to 5 every single day kills all of the creativity and imagination within people, slowly turning them into corporate husks of people that they once were? Or do you think that it's like I take marijuana before I go to bed? Which one's like, call your shot. I'll tell you right now, one of the two is probably right. I just don't know which one. Bro's arguing for artists to get less money. I'm not arguing for artists to get less money. I'm saying that it's Spotify's fault that he was able to get that much money, i.e. I think the corporation should just eat the loss on it and then patch whatever loophole allowed him to make all of the different accounts. That's like my true honest take on it, is that shit would not have happened unless they were the ones allowing it to happen. Last night I dreamed of me playing Adam Warlock. This man wants to be Grandmaster so bad. That's how you know I'm locked in. Do you think I can pick up this gnome and do anything? No? All right, sorry for having whimsy in my life. Let me just run away real quick. Good use of our stamina, good stamina management. We're gonna pull out the shotgun here for big man over there. All right, he's done. Easy enough. Feel like the Deagle's fine, but honestly, it just feels a little slow, right? Like, yeah, obviously, Desert Eagles are slow. Yes, I know, but for how much damage it's doing, it just feels way too slow. Good shotgun, and I would shotgun 100 more of the quick ones. I've had more dreams when I played Marvel Rivals. I don't know if that's a good thing. It has to be able to collat, right? Let's check. Okay, it collats. It collats. Sorry, for everybody out there who's not a gamer, that means collaterals. And by the way, while we're on the topic, calc is short for calculator, and I'd hate for anybody to get that misconstrued. Now, what do we have here? A boomstick, which is a shotgun. I'm more of a boomstick kind of... Oh, but it only has 20 shots. but it's pretty fucking good. I honestly think I like the sawed off more though. I don't know if I'm crazy for that. This one just feels like its range is too short for its damage not being high enough. Especially because we reload 2 shots, but I have to reload after each and every one. I just don't think I'm being efficient with my ammo usage. I just think I'm costing the taxpayers way too much. Hardly fair. All right, we're chilling. Time to play a game. Last night last dream I was fucking, man, it was great. You were fucking men. Sorry, you were fucking men and it was great. Hell yeah, brother. Go you. Love to hear that. More like that. So, I don't know if this is normal. And I also don't know if this is oversharing on the internet. But I don't think that that's ever stopped me before. So I'm just gonna go for it. I don't think I've ever had a wet dream. Like, I've had dreams where there's an erotic subtext to what happens within said dream. But I just can't imagine a world where I wake up and, surprise, surprise, my sheets are wet now. I don't think that that could happen to me. I've never had a wet dream. Okay, so I think they're myths. Thoughts on this? Thoughts on this? Z to sell? I wonder what selling does. Okay, so you can't sell stuff you've used. So it's got to be a fresh drop. Okay. This fucking fire hydrant is going to get me killed. Check this shit out. Oh my god, the fattest collateral of all time, dear lord. Yeah, because I don't know, man. They made such a big deal about it in my health class, where they were saying this is completely normal and happens all the time. I don't think it is completely normal, nor does it happen all the time. Let's not normalize this for the bedcomers. As far as I'm concerned, you had a wet dream, that's just as embarrassing as pissing your bed. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. That's just as uncommon and as embarrassing as that. Which is to say, it's really strange if you do it throughout the middle years of your life, but becomes more normal the older you are. Like, if I was 80 years old and had a wet dream, I would just consider it a miracle that it would still get up. That's kind of where I'm at with it at that point. Okay, hold on. I just simply won't let you get any closer to me. I won't let you destroy my world and all that. Twin Vipers, Isn't that like a beat 'em up game? Damn. That guy is built for it. All right, give me the Twin Vipers. Give me the Molly. Oh, shit. Me to my dealer. Anyways. 1 second. Check this shit out. Oh, my God. It's just the most disgusting collab of all time. Now, the reason I did it this way is so I don't feel bad dropping it, which you could argue I wasted shots to not feel bad dropping something. And that's a fair argument. But, yeah, no, I kind of did. We got to get rid of the cane guys. They're shooting. Must be something from old times when they had no access to stuff like that. Even still, I still think they had their imagination. And in your mind, you can do whatever you want. Unless also in the old times, since everything was black and white, everybody also just had like aphasia and they couldn't picture things in their mind. Which is possible. I mean, I guess most of them, they'd see an ankle and they'd lose their mind. Sorry. That's probably an unfair stereotype. But let's be real, at this point, they can't get it up anyways, so... At this point, they're either dead or can't get it up anyways. Thank God Al Gore came along and made the internet. Otherwise, I don't know where we'd be right now. I don't know if he's ever actually claimed that or if it's just like a lie people do to say how he's insane. But I choose to believe that he does think he single-handedly made the internet because that's really funny. What is it? A Wooga ankle. I know. It used to be, oh my God, this one is not wearing socks that cover up their entire personage. That's it. Get back to the brothel. Not even the streets would want her. Oh my God, the number of bullets I am pumping into this guy, dear Lord. Worst Molotov throw of all time, I mean, woo. We're running very low on all of our ammos, minus our baseball bat. Leave me alone. Stop fucking munching me, man. No such thing as a free meal. You ever hear that one? Except for, of course, if you are... Who was it? Was it I Show Speed that got the unlimited access to some fast food place? I don't know. I saw some clip from somebody who had been sent unlimited access to fast food, but I also thought it was really weird that we're giving millionaires unlimited access to food, and then if you're broke, they're like, I don't know, try pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. Anyways, here's more handouts for the millionaires. But that was just kind of my take on it. Damn, man, we have nothing good right now. I mean, the Molotovs are fine. It's just not a great spot to be. This is why we keep ourselves what we got. All right. I just got to find myself another ammo crate. If they're all going to spawn up there, throw another Molotov here, get them off me for a bit. Ah, shit. No, man, no. Okay, we're good. I had no survival instincts there aside from screaming no and hoping that it would stop. Turns out I would be fucking cooked in a zombie apocalypse, man. You see these Molotovs we're throwing? POV me in the apocalypse. Just keep throwing these. And someday they have to get off, right? Like, surely you have to die someday, man. How many Molotov? How drunk can one man get? He won't stop. Give. You're fucked now, buddy. You're still standing after getting pumped through 900 Molotovs, my entire assault rifle. You're still standing? Man, simply too angry to die. Now I know how that one cop who had to tase somebody 47 times felt. I'm happy that this gun has like a very low, chill noise to it, though. Like, they definitely could have gone overboard with the sound design for that one, but I'm happy they tried to try and keep it a little bit more low-key for guys like us. All right, what we got here? Oh, cool, another Molotov. You're not gonna believe this. I think I've seen this before. Okay, we've stabilized a little bit. Now, we still only have one gun and a grenade launcher. Grenade immediately launching at the fast guys because they're the only people that scare me, and the ranged ones. Everybody else I can slowly outrun, and I don't have to worry about too much. It might be just worth... Yeah, I think it is just worth having over the Molotov. So we have another gun option. Bad. You gotta leave me alone, man. I'm trying to find my own way in this world. What a dodge. Holy. I know I got chomped on a little bit. If I had a little bit better reactions, I definitely would not have had to get chomped on. See, like there? Great target selection. Into even better target selection. They're saying he might survive any apocalypse. Put me in AMC's The Walking Dead. I'm making it to season 77 or whatever they're on right now. I don't know if they're still making The Walking Dead, but surely they've run out of like number of ways that the survivors can foolishly get caught by a zombie, right? I'm just saying, people had to have a foot fetish back then. I hate to break it to you, they have it now. I didn't want to be the one to tell you this. God, they still have those. They were going crazy for feet. They had the whole measurement after it. I mean, that was, look, we can blame the British for that because that's where it originated from. I'm sure Quentin Tarantino loves them for it. When zombies are stunned by elemental weapons, your damage against them is increased. It increases the duration of your heal, or okay, yeah. Increases all damage you deal with melee, sure. Get more money from melee, sure. 2% chance to not consume ammo. Look, a lot of these are really nice to have. I think that, like, we got to start getting a little bit more econ going. Reduces the slowing / pushback effect of zombies. I mean, we're so broke. I don't get the foot fetish thing. Feet are icky. I mean, I don't feel like... Is there any fetish that you can get if you don't have? Like, do you respect the other... Oh, wait, do I have to... Oh, I think you have to buy these... No, because we got the Predator before. Dr. Disrespect has shown up in our... Now, what if I put this one on? Because now I've got to... Okay, yeah. Unlock with question mark. Unlock with 2,000... Oh, I see. I get fishnets, but I don't fuck with it. I don't know, but, like, don't... Isn't anything that covers the leg eventually gonna become a foot fetish thing? I just feel like the leg and the foot are too intertwined. I guess there's an ankle separating them, so I guess the ankle fetishists are like, it's Atlas holding up the world. They're like, please. I'm protecting you. Leg enjoyers, run. It's by my word that you get to live. Hell not dies are king. I mean, you're not wrong about that. All right, this time we're gonna be the tycoon. I mean, I guess we could just unlock everybody, right? Fuck it. We'll get more. Sorry, I forgot to unlock the ninja. The classic of 2009. That's how you can tell the developers started making those back then. We're lucky there's not like a bacon wrapped character. I do think that was one of the worst parts of the early 2010s. Get the bald guy in the bottom right. All right, next purple coin we get, we'll go towards him. So if I sell, do I just actually get money? Yeah, I got $40. Okay, so selling is an insult to my very family's name. Cool, got it. Sorry, I'm in my tycoon posting. The rich get richer and the poor stay where they belong, buddy. Narwhal bacon. The narwhal does bacon at midnight. Happy to see you, fellow Redditor. Couldn't help but notice you post on r/I have Reddit. Just so happens I do as well. Shall we begin our fornication now, or would you rather wait? Oh, sorry. That means intercourse. Sorry. I'm working on Redditor character. I think that I can like really pull it off. And I think it'll help a lot with me scoring more dates. Fetish I truly don't get is the hand fetish. That's not real. You gotta have a little sense of something, right? You need to be able to look at media that's displayed to you online and tell if it's rage bait or not. That nobody has a hand fetish, because how could you? That's not real. Hand fetish, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not a thing. Oh, so those you just throw down and you heal up. Okay, well now I know how they work. Oh, I can also use E to fire. Just seems, whoops, not the one I meant to swap. All right, this goes back here. I don't really think I should always have a baseball bat on me, especially since in the later rounds, I can't even use it anyways. Should be one of the ones I think about swapping out, but not this early. So what's this one do? That's kind of cool. Talk to a lesbian and it's 50-50. I don't understand how the hand itself excites you. Like, you can do a lot with hands, man. Yeah, but gymnasts do a lot with feet, and you just went, I don't get the foot one. In fact, every day I walk around and do a lot with my feet. If I didn't have them, I don't think I'd be getting nearly as much steps in. I think my whole sense of equilibrium would be, there's a lot you can do with a lot of body parts. There's probably a lot you can do with urine. Ask Bear Grylls. Well, okay, there already is a piss fetish. Fair enough. Okay, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong. I think it's just like, how does your brain respond to the stimuli in front of you? And I don't know if mine responds that well. Because, dog, you can freak it with hand. I'd imagine that they've found ways to do it with feet. I'm yet to experience it myself. I guess I've got to... All right, guys, for science, everyone send me feet pics. Sorry, I got to figure out if I can do anything. Do you have a hand fetish, sir? Guys, we don't judge people in this chat unless they are a cuck. But then, we've already established why that is. It's because it helps them get off if we judge them because of it. So if anything, we're the biggest allies of all by making fun of them in a tongue-in-cheek way that they would appreciate. So that one's obviously a little bit different. Now, why are we using the baseball bat instead of like a good weapon? It just kind of feels right to beat them to death with a baseball bat, man. When there's no special one spawning, the game's so chill. We just keep doing that. I saw somebody who made a post that on this game's discussion board where they say this must be a high score, and it showed them at round 70 with their friends. My goal for this stream is just to prove to them that it's not special and anybody could easily hit round 70. So this stream will probably go until my ego is sufficiently stroked. Now, I do wish there was like a pop-up that would tell you what level you were on, because past level 10, I have no clue what level I'm on. I really don't like that shotgun, but I'm almost out of ammo inside my elemental blaster anyways. So I think that it's worthwhile to take it. Why not? There's probably more fetishes than thoughts I've had in my head. I mean, the Denny's maple syrup foot job goes crazy. Dude, how many people do you think ironically reposted that? But like, after a bit, it was no longer a joke for them. Haha, guys. Isn't there a fetish that's literally you being fed or something? I thought you were saying you being a fed, like working for the CIA. Like, hell yeah, baby. Tell me those classified documents that might get you reprimanded by your higher ups. Which, that one's awesome. That's just that you want to fuck Stan from American Dad. Which, hey, I get you, man. Hell yeah, read me my amendments. Oh, fuck yeah. What was that executive order that just got passed, baby? Oh, hell yeah. That one, I mean, I'm sure that one exists anyways. But yes, yeah, no, the feeder fetish definitely exists. I've seen that one before, and I've only seen it against my own will on videos that are like how this content creator ruined their entire life. And it will always be a mukbang content creator. And what did they do? They started getting paid. Fuck off, man. They started getting paid to eat more and more amounts of food, and then they put on a lot of weight, and their audience was like, isn't that so hot? And I was like, I don't know. If anything, I can understand it's so hard, like their cardiac is giving up for sure. But I don't know if it's like hot per se. Woo. I don't know if we should have got out of that one, yet here we are. And now we've got a really good pistol to play with, hopefully. So what I'm gonna do here is just throw down a couple med kits and then refill my med kits by picking up more med kits. He might be a genius. People are debating right now, currently. 10 out of 40 on those. Maybe we'll just get all 40 of those. I have a burning fetish, it's so hot. He's right, you know? Awakening was playing the Human Torch in Marvel Rivals. It was too much for him. He heard I'm bright like a star and he instantly finished. It is probably the funniest old voice line in the entire game, because every time I hear it, I know two things are about to happen. One, I'm going to smile because of the inflection that he says I'm bright like a star with. Two, no kills are gonna happen. We're better, unless there's a storm ult going off right after, you might as well have just not even bothered uttering that from your breath. All right, we'll go this way. Find our way out. We need a little bit more ammo. We need a little bit of a lot. Honestly, drop this just because we refill ammo every now and then. Between both of these, shit. God damn. That was just atrocious. Heal me. We're chilling. When I said atrocious, by the way, I meant we're completely fine. A rat playing, call that pet play. I've already told you that I don't really understand why pet play is so common. Like, I know it's between two consenting adults, so I really don't have anything that I can do to, you know, say it's immoral or anything like that, because realistically it's not. It's whatever you want to do. But I just don't kind of get the idea. Like, what's your end goal with it, right? We do things for reasons. What's your end goal with pet play? Because I don't see the upside. Is it eating out of a dog bowl? Is that like your final boss of pet play that you're praying you get to? Because if so, isn't that just like being a bum but different? The end goal is getting off. Yeah, I guess it's just like, if right after you're a dog, you're a person, it's strange. It's just domination at the maximum. I guess does pet play not actually mean they treat you like a pet? Because I was under the influence that they're like, who's a dirty dog? And you go, OMG, me. Is that not how it works? Sorry, I guess you don't go, OMG, me. You go, but like, aside from that, I really just don't get what's going into it. It must be the old school Looney Tunes where they would have the awooga and then they'd start barking. That probably put that into a lot of people. For white women into dogs. Okay, see, that makes a lot of sense. When you put it that way, I completely understand why it's so popular. Fistful of zombies defeat a total of 1,000 zombies. I wasn't gonna call attention to it, but the game wanted to. Sex addicts with no sex. I think that like most people online seem like they're sex addicts because they've never had it. So they just kind of keep thinking, oh, it's gonna change everything. And then they have sex and they're like, what the hell? She didn't even twist my nipples and call me names that I haven't heard before. And it's like, yeah, dude, obviously. No, she probably just like wanted to have a good time. And then also you probably rolled over afterwards thinking that, well, one of us is done here. Surely this means both. All right, good shit. Bro, this freeze gun's awesome, by the way. They treat you like a dog and one gets off on it being degraded while the other is in the power of domination. I mean, I guess like I understand. I just don't know why it has to be a dog, but I guess that's better than the other one that I've heard of, which is the people who want to role play like a kid. That one I really don't get. The like adult, it's what's the fucking acronym? ADBL, I think it's ADBL. It might be ABDL. I don't know. Those are the letters. They're in a different arrangement, I think. Child play is crazy. Yeah, I don't really get that one at all. That's the one where I feel like there's got to be a hard line at some point, because I know it's all make believe, sure, but why is that what you want to make believe? Because you can be anything. You can be a pirate if you want. And I watched One Piece. That's fucking awesome. So like maybe we should try that first. Being a pirate seems sick because like the #1 rule of being a pirate according to One Piece is that everyone has to be kind to you, and that seems awesome. Pirates are always kind to each other, and when a pirate is mean, Luffy gets upset because that's not what pirates do. Pirates would never hurt another person. That's not how they're supposed to play. 90-year-old roleplay fetish. That one I'm fine with. I mean, no, they're probably talking about the furry one. I mean, I guess it's for the furries is why you'd want to be a dog. I get it. Okay, sure. That one makes more sense now. I didn't even think about that. Honestly, I've just kind of forgot that furries existed because the internet stopped making fun of them. And it turns out when you stop making fun of somebody, they're just like a normal person. And that's not fun. You mean they're just like normal people like you and me who shop at Trader Joe's? What the fuck? I'm kidding. I don't shop at Trader Joe's. I'm not made of money. Sorry. I lied. Dude, can we please just get rid of this guy? The fact that the burning zombies can't be CC'd, it does make it a little bit rough. But I still think this one does damage. I'm not sure actually anymore. I really did think that. Hold on, check this shit out. Blow him up. When he's frozen, he does not blow up. Keep this in mind. It will be on the test. Now, if I could find an ammo crate of any... We gotta move back. We need to. Because I need a different weapon. The Thunder God does explosive damage, so this should be good to clear out the rest of them. Oh my God, what a perfect... Oh, what a perfect drop. It would be so awesome. It would be so... Fuck off. Oh, well, this is just a bad spawn. Good shit. What perfect uses of his CC. Oh my God, put him in the pro leagues. Now we have a new knife. I know that before I said whatever you do, never pick up a knife. But there was another part of it. Do as I say, not as I do. And I don't think everybody picked up on that second part. I'm telling you, you shouldn't pick up knives or play with them. Now watch me. Now watch this drive. No, sorry. If you're a furry, you don't gotta crawl on all fours. I mean, I also agree with that. But like, so I'm sure you've played Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle. Certain people have like a final form, right? I think that that's just them entering their final form. They're like, finally, I no longer have to stop. This whole time I've been playing human. And then they just get down on all fours. And then it's time. Probably, I don't know. I guess I've never been there. I've been in that situation. Yeah. Don't again pet play with Goku. Hey, it's me. Pet play. Get the collar. All right, new record. Well, I'd hope so. We're getting nothing but upgrades. Well, under 30% increase the damage you deal by 20% per rank. I don't mind that. I think we need more stamina regen, honestly. And then just more money. Just Merryweather, but PHP scripter. Is Sweet Chunk? Dude, I don't know what you guys are saying. What you're saying doesn't make sense. I don't know who these are. Can you explain it to somebody who goes outside, please? Who is Sweet Chunk? I don't know, man. I just have to hope it's not like a slur. And if it is, keep the part to yourself. The inverse of his name? Oh, I got you. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I just thought Sweet Chunk might be like a Spotify rapper. Sorry, I meant SoundCloud when I said Spotify. That's on me. Look at the bald guy. Recruit 10 people. I mean, I just don't think it matters who I recruit. Because in ZombieVille USA, they had different stats depending on who you'd recruit in the mobile app, but I don't think they do for this one. We'll be bald for a bit. Lil Sweet Chunk. I mean, you can't tell me that that does not sound like he would be putting out SoundCloud stuff that nobody wants to listen to. But hopefully, and like this is what they can hope for the most, is that ironically a couple people act like it's good and then they put their friends on it being like, no man, it actually is good, and then it's still horrible. That's the end game for most SoundCloud rappers. What animal would be Sweet Chunk? I'm gonna leave this one to the pet play professionals. They clearly know more than me. Honestly, what is the point of the knife? The knife sucks. It's so hard to hit them compared to like the baseball bat has such a good hitbox. The knife can barely hit them right in front of you, and you're definitely gonna have them lunged on top of you by the time you're hitting them with a knife. See, like here, you just gotta keep doing that. But yeah, no, I'll leave it up to the pet play professionals for which animal you'd be. That's an insane pull out of nowhere. Holy. I just couldn't see what kind of zombie he was. So I just decided not to take my risk. Because what if he was, I don't know, something. Wait, hold on. Elephant, because in that nursery rhyme, the rat ran up the clock and chased the elephant away. I'm talking about my boy Hickory Dickory Dock. I'm pretty sure it's a mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse was done. Sorry if I'm going too deep cut on my nursery rhyme lore for you. I needed it for practicing my... Fuck, I still didn't get the acronym for what it is when you want to play as a kid. But imagine that I got the acronym right and then we can do a callback to that right here. Now, obviously, this is not the case, but, you know, we can pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars or something. And in that world, I mean, we could argue that I would need a wish right now. God, the bat's hitbox is huge. It goes so much longer than it looks, which is precisely what I say to women, and they still don't believe me. Can you believe that? Probably. All right, we'll just keep doing this one. It's massive. Me when I'm watching Ninja. Does he have anything else go on kind of low to the ground? Yeah, here it is. So like, if you go into a Ninja stream, right? Is that all the chat room is? I'd imagine. Dude, I saw something before I went live. I don't know if anybody else has seen it. And I don't, like, no hate to anybody, obviously. I saw a stream that I had never seen before. Had about 12, 13K people in it, right? But all it was an AI singing karaoke. And I just don't, like, maybe it's fun for a minute. What are we doing 4 hours into the stream? I don't know how long the stream was going on. Is it just like a brain rot channel? Is that kind of the idea of it? Is that since it's AI, it can be up 24/7, so you just get to tune in and you're chilling? Doesn't fuck with Ninja Tyler 11 on Marvel Rivals because Ninja being toxic. Honestly, that whole gen of gamers is insanely toxic, and I feel like they've influenced a lot of my toxicity that I'm trying to get rid of. I'm trying to purge myself from it. Like the one hit episode of Rick and Morty where they purge out all of their negative thoughts. That's right, I think it was season 3. Yeah, he's a real Rick and Morty head. Honestly, it's just a direct downgrade to what I have, so we'll just sell this cryo gun. And that might seem sacrilegious, and I'd understand if you think it is, but it just makes more sense. Because now, honestly, that's what I should be doing more. Just swapping over to my baseball bat after I freeze them. But there was just something about it, man. God, he referenced Rick and Morty in the big 2025. I know. It's fucking over for me, man. I keep getting it on YouTube Shorts or TikTok. If I browse either, they keep giving me clips from it, but I'm not interacting or engaging with them. So is that the content farm right now is Rick and Morty? Surely there's better shows we could go to. Go to a show that not many people have seen, but is still pretty good, like Venture Bros. That's easy. That's an adult animated show that has a lot of moments you can just pull from. Done. You know, there's an ignore button. Well, the issue is they're from different channels. Because yes, I have ignored channels that have been posting it, but it seems like there's infinite slop. And every time you launch it up, you're just going back into the slop mines, praying it'll be slightly better this time. Okay, taking 3 hits now. 3 hits is a little bit alarming, but after freezing, it's still a 1 hit. More people need to watch common side effects. Yeah, starting with me. What is common side effects? Like, obviously I know, but if you want to tell the rest of the class, I'll give you the stand for right now. You have the talking stick for this once. Introduce yourself and say a couple fun things about yourself. Dude. So my real life name, breaking kayfabe for a second here. I know. Starts with an N, right? When I was in high school, the introduction that they would always have us do is, and say something you like that starts with the same letter as your name starts with. Bro, what am I supposed to say? I would think for so long, and I'm like, I can't think of anything that's like spontaneous that I enjoy. Nuts? Yeah, man, that's what I should have said. I like big, hairy nuts in my mouth. Hey, guys, nice to meet you. I don't think I'm doing that one. That doesn't work. I'm just saying it was a skewed one. God forbid, if your name was Zach, what are you supposed to say? I guess I fuck with zebras? Damn, I didn't know I fucked with zebras so hard until today, I suppose. And if your name was Xavier, you better fuck with the xylophone or it was over for you. Otherwise, you're gonna be sitting, I guess I like x-rays. Oh yeah, wow, then somebody's gonna be like, my mom just had her last x-ray. Well, guess what, man? Shouldn't have picked x-rays. And now you're an asshole and now no one likes you. Sorry, should have gone with the xylophone scam, but it's just safer. I really thought that would hit more than just like one enemy, but that's fine. Our ammo's not looking great. We could just go pick up more, I guess. OML, I'll name my kid Conquest. Shit, I'm getting, then I'll get Wrath and War. And, you know, give me Pestilence. Honestly, give me Famine while we're at it. Yeah, that's right. He's Binding of Isaac posting in the big year 2025. Well, actually, those are the horsemen of the, yeah, I know. Stand ready for my arrival worm. What does that mean? Oh, it's a new Adult Swim show. Oh. Oh, so is your arrival worm, does that mean precisely what it sounds like it means? Because in which case, I do think that that breaks Twitch terms of service. Like, I don't want to be the one who has to break it to you, but I'm pretty sure. Conquest the fucking villain? Oh, I got you. In Invincible? Yeah. Okay. Non-invincible watcher spotted. Oh, and you're all so based for supporting Amazon and Jeff Bezos. Wow, guys, great job liking Invincible. Must feel really nice to jerk off everything Jeff Bezos does. Sorry, I'm just virtue signaling because I haven't seen it yet. But now I gotta stand on a soapbox, and let me tell you, it feels great. I pirated it? All right, fuck, he wins. Wait, so you allegedly pirated it? Because I think that breaks terms of service. We should watch that over the weekend and pirate it, of course. Allegedly. Allegedly, we pirated over the weekend. Fucking, if you don't throw that word in there, you're breaking the law. Dude, someday these guys have to simply fall over. I mean, on Prime, of course. Oh, yeah. You mean like we have to, when you said we should pirate it, what you meant, obviously, was do what we always do when we watch shows, which is get up in our pirate outfits and put a little parrot on our shoulders so that we can immerse ourselves into the show's universe. Well, then in that case, of course, I'd agree with you. Yeah, no, we should watch it and pirate it, by which I, of course, mean dressing up as one. Therp is also currently watching it. Huh. I wonder how I'll like it. I don't know. I didn't think it would be a show that he'd be huge on. I mean, I like it. Whoa. All right, I'm gonna just run this way. Let me go find an ammo crate. We've got nothing to our name. How many swings did it take? This bat is worthless. How are your smoking neighbors? Well, you know, their lungs are still somehow hanging in there. Kind of wish they weren't. I held the 4 button. If you could give me my weapon that I held the button for. Out of ammo. Well, that's just unlucky now, isn't it? Freeze all of them. honestly, it was just getting ammo fucked. I think he's at the end of season 2. Holy, okay, never mind. I guess he's a big fan. I thought your complex went no smoking. Correct. What am I gonna do about that? It didn't go no smoking. It's been no smoking. That's the whole reason that I moved here. And then I got a neighbor who wants to smoke 7 packs a day. So I mean, like, you know, it is what it is. Some point, just throw tear gas. Now that's a good idea. If they like smoke so much, honestly, if they like putting gaseous substances into the air so much, why am Reddit? Am I the asshole for mustard gassing my neighbor? For breaking the Geneva Convention and mustard gassing my neighbor? Kills with shotguns, kills with pistols, and then we'll get eliminators dual wielded. Okay, I mean, I feel like most of these we actually do have unlocked, even if it doesn't say it here, because I've seen most of them. So, well, I haven't seen chainsaw. But, you know, I definitely still smell it inside all the time, but I don't know if they're only smoking inside anymore. They might have moved on. They might have realized that life's not quite for them. Who to play this time? Who to play this time? Who'll be the hazmat suit? Fucking, they sell us everything. They gotta go crazy. Get the chef. I was thinking of getting the chef. We'll get the chef next time. Be real shame if bleaching chlorine went into their apartment roof. I mean, you know, like, it happens. Sorry, I'm cleaning. Now, what do we get? More regen probably goes nutty, right? Yeah, I mean, eventually we'll get a 10% chance to not consume ammo, which is gonna go so hard. But until then, yeah, I think more regen works. I don't know if I like this style of progression. They do it in Vampire Survivors too. And I don't know how you guys feel about it. But this overarching, you need to get money to get your stats up, and then it's gonna be really hard to get the high ranks until you get your stats up. It can feel like there's a grind for no reason, because like I just hit the same wall every run because I don't have enough upgrades yet. And like, yeah, I get that wall a little bit further, but I feel the stats are what hold me back more than my ability, I think. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'm just like also really bad at the game. I haven't really played it for that long, so oh hey. Finally, this should be like 13. Sorry, that's 11. Okay, well, you know, I'm learning how to count. It's my favorite character from Stranger Things. Yeah, that's right. He loves Stranger Things. I have not seen anything past. I started season 2, but like it never felt right to me. And I don't know if I was in the minority on this, and if I am, is what it is, right? But it kind of felt like there wasn't really supposed to be anything past season 1. Including the twist ending at the end of season 1 kind of felt shoehorned into me. Where they go, oh, but hold on, in the upside down, he smuggled out a little thing that was in his lungs. Doesn't that intrigue you for another season? But no, not really. It's just, it felt so tacked on at the very end. Where there was a season 2. How they all exploded in a huge bus crash at the end of season 1. I mean, that's kind of, they went the upside down is sealed, and now the people are safe. The government's gonna have to cover this up. We're gonna need your help with it, sheriff of the town. And he's sitting there going, okay, this is a morally dubious choice by me, but if this means that the rest of the people can be, I mean, I don't 100% remember it, but he makes the choice. They go the upside down, sealed away. We're all safe now, guys. Everybody in the town's gonna be fine. And then they go, but what if Will coughed up a slug? Wouldn't that change your takes on things? And no, because you just had him do that so you could make a second season. So it really changed nothing for how I feel about it. I don't know. I remember everyone died Finn at the end of season 1. I think you might be thinking of like a Simpsons bit. Sorry, more likely a Family Guy bit. Let's be real, no one's out here watching Simpsons in the big 2025. I think, what is the Simpsons officially dead, or do I still have to wait longer to say that I've never liked it? Because if I still have to wait longer, I will keep waiting. But I really did never like The Simpsons much. I didn't hate it or anything. Everybody talks about how big of a part of society it is and how it's shaped so much of animation moving forward. But man, is it a boring watch. The jokes just don't really connect. I don't think I've ever seen a Simpsons clip that I've laughed at super hard. I just feel like it must have been really funny when the only kind of comedy we had was black and white movies where somebody slips on a banana peel. But we're past that now. We don't have to laugh at The Simpsons anymore, guys. It's okay. We can admit that that shit wasn't that funny ever. Simpsons is kind of lame even back in the day. That's what I was thinking. Back when I was a kid, I would sneak watching adult shows, right? So I could feel cooler. So I could feel like I was part of the in crowd. So I'd watch South Park and I'd be like, whoa, this one's so raunchy, they can say that? Then I'd watch Family Guy and I'd be like, no way, you can have jokes like that? Then I watch The Simpsons and I'd be like, I guess Bart sometimes says eat my shorts. I don't know. And it's not even like so what, comedy has to be raunchy for it to be good? No, it just has to be like funny. At some point. Even on accident. Even if they didn't mean it. Woo. I kind of want a Family Guy episode where everyone's on the couch depressed, lamenting how they've simply done everything there is to do. They really, I mean, it's kind of tragic, right? What are you supposed to write at this point? It's kind of how I feel when I see modern South Park and I think to myself, man, I feel bad watching this. It's like watching somebody dig up a corpse for money. I'm watching grave robbing in real time. I don't know how to feel about this. It's not funny anymore. Like maybe every now and then there'll be a joke that connects and people point to that and say, see, they still got it, but you gotta, it's a ratio thing. They used to be pumping out 90 jokes in an episode easily. Now we're talking maybe 3. And the kind of jokes they have to tell, unfortunately, they need to have so much more buildup for. So it just ends up taking way too long to get to the joke because any simple joke they could tell, they've already done before. I think the characters are more interesting. American Dad's definitely better than Family Guy, 100%. I mean, at this point, you could argue early Family Guy had American Dad beat. And I could see that. We can all agree that, like, why'd they even make the Cleveland show? Like, I don't hate it or anything, but I also have never really seen any clips from it where I feel like they did something new at all. It's just kind of retreading the ground that Family Guy has already been treading. And yet the sad part is Family Guy's been treading that ground for so long that at this point Family Guy's boring. So what's up with the Cleveland show? Also, was Cleveland interesting enough of a character to have a spinoff? It'd be like if they made the Glenn Quagmire show or the Herbert the Pervert show. I don't really think there was that much going on, right? Granted, I haven't seen much of the Cleveland show. But at least American Dad to me had a different vibe. Everything I've seen from the Cleveland show felt like the same vibe as Family Guy. All right. Give me, well, this is not what I wanted at all. So give me this one, give me this one. Now we got a burning one. I probably didn't have to tell you that. You have your eyes open. And also every time I swap to it, it says burning sets enemies on fire. In case you need a subtle little reminder of what my thing does. Hold. Somebody approve that message. Mods, approve that message if you can. I think that they just didn't allow it because it said the word pervert, which as we all know is one of the naughty words. That one stops Twitch from wanting it to go through. Yeah, no, I agree with that too. I 100% agree with that. That's why I never understood what the point of the Cleveland show was. Freeze the zombie that you've set on fire. Yeah, you're welcome, man. They call me a hero. I'm like a firefighter, but it's because I fight with fire. They should make a whole anime about that, like a force that fights with fire. I don't know what they could call it. I don't know. I'll come up with something. But like, could you imagine that? The force of firefighting or something? Like a fire force of sorts? So what are we? Some kind of suicide squad? Yeah, something like Fire Force. Yeah, we're thinking now. I was kind of on that wavelength too. By the way, I only ever saw a couple episodes of that show, so don't ask me what I think of it, because it's really not fair. I think I saw 4 episodes. I can tell you its season 1 opening was an absolute banger. I can't really give you any critical media analysis that I know you're waiting on. With a bated breath. But what did he think? I know there was, what was it, Lancelot? Is that the one I'm thinking of? The guy who uses Excalibur? I've seen the one clip of the why is Excalibur in my left hand. That one's kind of a funny clip. Fire Force gets ruined by fan service? Oh, so it's like an anime? So what you're telling me is like this anime show is like actually an anime? Yeah, I can believe that. Fuck off, man. Why is it impossible to throw a Molotov directly on top of yourself? What are you afraid of burning to death? What are you, a pussy? Sorry. All right, I think we're just gonna run out of here. Just throw a couple of these on the way out. Throw one of these because you're gonna spit at me on my whole way out. All right, hit him there. Yeah. We just need an ammo crate. We just need something else to replace our slot 3 because now it's just a dead med kit, which didn't really help that much anyways. Honestly, what if I do just keep running? How would they stop me? You're simply too slow for a guy like me. Okay, so this can go here. It's a good weapon, but it still doesn't have much ammo. A dead kit, perhaps? He's right, you know. I understand where he's coming from. I read it with the wrong inflection, but after I read it, I understood what you meant, by the way. So if you're like, he didn't even read it right. No, I understand you meant like a dead kid instead of a med kit. I got you now. I just definitely did not read it out loud with the proper inflection. You can't expect me to if I'm sight reading the entire thing, all right? Go into your high school English class and when it's popcorn reading time, see how well people can read, huh? And then all of a sudden you'll get to Huck Finn and there's one kid who's way too excited to read a certain page and you gotta wonder to yourself, why is he so excited about this page? Looks like there's a certain dubious word on this one. Sure seems to me like he might be excited for the wrong reasons. Haven't seen him raise his hand all year. That one page of Huck Finn comes up. All of a sudden, this is the most engaged in a class this guy's ever been. It's as though he was looking for an excuse to say something, but I'm not quite sure what. An ominous page, perhaps? Some could say. A page that lives in infamy. Oh my god, I love Infamous Second Son. All right, I'm just gonna full you with like 17 arrows. Yeah, that works. Damn. So that's a good weapon to get. So we'll just throw this and then replace it instantly. Red Dwarf should be really good. With a hard letter. It sure does have that. And they sure pronounce it. In fact, it's probably the only word they pronounce. They'll probably mumble read through the rest of it. It's very strange how that happens. It does make you wonder what their day-to-day life is like. Somehow that word is the only one that they like full enunciate on. Everything else they're like, and then you went down and all of a sudden, but they get to that one loud and proud. And arguably it's the one they should be the least loud and proud about. Sorry, I said arguably, it is the one. All right, good shit. Bro, the Red Dwarf feels so good. If it had more ammo, this thing would be broken. Bitch. Shoot one of those. Shoot one of those. Take one of these. Take 2 of those. Call me in the morning. All right, we're doing good. Cryo gun for cryo gun. I think that's a pretty good replacement. I think that's an ethical replacement. Now you, on the other hand, fuck off. Leave me alone. You just got to get brought down. You are not brought down by all that. I honestly thought it was overkill. I thought no mere mortal could even survive the level of damage I was putting out there. Holy. They're saying this might be the Zombieland USA 3D player. He's swapping weapons. He's using optimal combos. Double freezing and he's on his way out. Dear Lord. Do zombies still count as mortal? I would say they count as mortals. Because they die. Which thus means they are mortal. They don't come back after I kill them again. Immortal would mean that they're coming like no matter what. The pizza shop near me is a front for an illegal business. These motherfuckers are selling mozzarella sticks without marinara sauce. That should be illegal. What am I supposed to do now? The mozzarella stick can only carry so much on its own. The sauce is what helps to elevate the entire experience to the next level. I agree. That shit's fucked up. I'd call your local health inspector about that one. Or you mean like they're doing illegal gambling in the back? One of the two. Probably the mozzarella stick one. That just feels more likely. Do you think... Idea for like a sitcom. A mafia decides to start a pizza shop, but they find their love for their Italian roots and heritage stops them from doing any of the illegal actions behind the scene, and they just work their hardest to make the best pizza shop that they can. Thoughts on that one? Yeah, money laundering is just so boring. Like, I'm not saying that it's not a crime or anything. I'm just saying when people say it is a crime, it's like, yeah, but it's a crime that I don't really care about because all you're fucking over is like the government, I think. I don't think that I'm affected by you laundering money. And you go, they're not paying their fair share of taxes. Yeah, but it just really it does not seem like my issue, you know? If somebody was like, you can't hang out with that guy, he's a known money launderer, I'd think to myself, well, he doesn't want any of my money, so I don't really care. On the, like, low key, whatever. The government can deal with them. Whew. Okay. So currently we're out of ammo in every single one of our weapons. This presents a problem for me. The problem, of course, being, how am I going to kill anything if I don't have any ammo? The answer to this question is we will find ourselves a little ammo crate. Now you, on the other hand, I can bring down. Okay, it takes way too many autos still. So, replace this. Take our one shot. Now, I don't have my free cryo get out of jail free card. What are we doing now? Just keeping the little bit of ammo that we have. Seeing what we got. Chainsaw. Chainsaw does have ammo. Shit. I misclicked. I was using the wrong buttons. I was using the wrong buttons. Worth it, you got hands and feet. I heard that those are two pretty popular fetishes, so. Seems to me like you got the winning combo over there. Your attacks have a 1% chance to instantly kill. Your melee strikes heal you for 1% of your missing health. I mean, that's gonna be nice eventually. We're just so broke, man. Increase all damage you deal with pistols. Increase all damage you deal with shotguns. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we just... I don't know. I just want all of the unlocks now. I just want to go crazy. Well, let's check the records. Who's got number one? Oh, these are my records. Oh. Total death 6. Well, okay. You don't have to point it out in front of everybody. What was the one that Joe told me to get? Was it Chef? We'll play the Chef. Now it's time to cook. This is my kitchen. Watch me cook. Okay, we didn't really get many kills towards anything. Also, they sell burgers for $5 and most toppings are free to add. They're definitely a front for something, but I don't care. No, okay, honestly, that makes the money laundering even more worthwhile. They're giving back to the community. What kind of degenerate would you have to be to try and report people who are just trying to give you free food? Sorry, not free, but essentially free. Check this shit out. Increase the damage you deal with everything. And, okay, it raised the price on everything else. Well, that's a little unlucky. Now, I kind of think the katana was better than just the good old-fashioned melee one. So I'm going to buy this one, and I'm going to equip it down. I'm going to equip it down here over this one, and then I'm going to upgrade it once. Okay, not twice because I'm too broke for that. But now we... Oh, you can use the... You can scroll wheel to change weapons. Oh my god. But are the burgers good? For $5, I don't really think it matters. They could have asbestos in them for all I care. Have you seen... This is just like a kind of tragic thing, right? In the US, there are some places that are starting to advertise that they don't use seed oils. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I know that I'm not a dietitian, so take anything I say with a grain of salt. Dare I even say a pile of salt. I think that it's fine to have seed oils because a lot of them come from natural seeds. And I really don't think that you can argue, especially because of what they're changing it to. Due to our illustrious person in charge of health, They're saying that like beef tallow fat is the better option. I don't know if a congealed fat from an animal that we have to extract is gonna feel any better than like get fucked canola oil. I don't know. I think I'll take the sunflower. Call me insane. I just think that the sunflower is the one that I would rather side with. I've also played Plants vs. Zombies. I know sunflowers go crazy. So you don't have to tell me that like, oh yeah, by the way, you're also eating sunflower. That's awesome. That's perfect for me. Me hiding my box of synthetic seeds? Well, okay, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that beef tallow fat is gonna be a better solution. That's insane. That's psychotic. When y'all move to Europe next to the pizza shop, you're set. I mean, honestly, I would go there every day. The sugar and salt and in everything is absurd. We do have way too much sugar in a lot of our stuff, especially drinks. I said it the other day, and it bears repeating. If you are the kind of person who enjoys a full sugar Monster Energy, you and I are diametrically opposed beings. It's already bad to have an energy drink. This is factually true. It's a lot of caffeine. Your body probably shouldn't become that reliant on it. I agree. That's not going to stop me from having them, but I do agree with you in theory that yes, they are definitely bad for you. I think it's far worse to ingest over 100% of your daily sugars within a singular drink. That's insane. And it's your added sugars too, obviously. None of them are natural. I know they use orange flavoring. Do not be fooled. It is not an orange. That's the extract to make your brain believe, okay? It's not, it doesn't have any of the nutrients. I swear it to you. I mean, I guess we might as well take this one. Oh, I can't sell that, but I haven't even used it yet. I'm still just melee, which probably is to my detriment, but it feels awesome. Are Diet Coke and water all I drink? I feel like that's fine though. Well, I don't know if I'd agree with the Diet Coke, but that's just me personally. I think Diet Coke kind of tastes like ass. This is from someone who's a very big zero sugar soda enjoyer. I just think that Coke Zero beats Diet Coke in almost every metric. Like, it's very hard for me to find a metric where I'm hitting the Diet Coke over the Coke Zero. Because I used to be a huge Diet Pepsi drinker. And so because of it, I used to be a huge Diet Coke drinker, because Diet Coke kind of tastes like what Diet Pepsi is to Pepsi. But then now if I have a Diet Pepsi, I think to myself, it doesn't hit the same. I can tell it's artificial. Might be different between German and American artificial or Diet Coke. I mean, it is true. There's probably a difference there. I need a drink is the same as coffee but tastes good. Yeah, I just don't think that that's a sentence, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on that one. I need a drink that is the same as coffee but tastes good. Wait, they already have those, right? There's an energy drink, a zero sugar energy drink. They have those. They taste great. Yeah, sure, they taste like battery acid, but you're lying to yourself if you've never wanted to have battery acid. It's like if they made a drink that tasted exactly like gasoline, I'd be all in on drinking it. The thing that stops me from drinking gasoline is probably not the flavor. I'm not certain because I haven't had gasoline yet, but if we could make like a zero sugar version of gasoline that's also healthy for you, we're chilling. Thought energy drinks had more caffeine than coffee. It depends if you take coffee black or if you just take a single shot of something then dilute it to all hell. Yeah, sure, yours is gonna have less caffeine in it, But also there's the fact that if you want, you don't have to drink all of an energy drink. And there's the fact that coffee drinkers are the most disingenuous motherfuckers on this planet. I'm sorry, somebody needs to say it. The coffee drinkers have had it too good for too long. What do I mean? You motherfuckers are like, oh wow, you drink this, but there's so much caffeine in it. That's why I just have my coffee instead. An energy drink, ew, that's so bad for you. Then those same motherfuckers turn around and have 3 cups of coffee in the morning and say, I just don't feel it until I get my buzz. You are the most disingenuous motherfucker I've ever seen and had the displeasure of laying my eyes on. Anyways, I just kind of had to get that one out of my system. It's been in there for a while. Because every time I see somebody go back for a second cup of coffee, I think to myself, you're probably the same person who, if I was drinking an energy drink in the morning, you'd be like, whoa, hitting it a little early, huh? No, because mine has 150 milligrams of caffeine, probably very tantamount to your 75 milligrams per cup, but you're having 2 cups. I hate to break it to you. We are having the exact same amount of caffeine. You just don't notice it anymore because you're so fucking coffee brained that at this point your body has such an insane tolerance to caffeine that yeah, you do need that second cup of coffee. But then you'll also judge other motherfuckers who, anyways. So I kind of hate people who like make drinking coffee a part of their personality because it's always like that. They're always like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine having that much caffeine in the morning. Has a second cup of coffee. Hey, you can't imagine it. Unless you have aphasia, you can imagine it. Really been on aphasia recently because I want somebody to correct me if it's like if it's aphantasia instead of aphasia. So I keep saying it, hoping that somebody will be like, ooh, you've actually got it wrong. So that way I don't have to look it up because as we all know, Google makes you pay by the letter. So I couldn't just like Google search it. Aphantasia. Fuck. I was so close. I was so close. But see, this is why I keep saying it over and over. Now I know. Is it gonna enter my actual consciousness to the point where it will change how I think? I'm gonna lie. Yes. Of course it will. You still pronounced it from full A. It's aphantasia. It's aphantasia? Oh, or is it aphantasia? Now I'm confused. Can you spell it out phonetically? I don't know if that's what you're trying for there. Aphantasia. Okay, so it's aphantasia. Got it, got it. Anyway, so unless you have that, you can imagine. See, I can learn too. I can admit when I'm wrong. It just doesn't happen often. By the way, that was not actually true ego. Just so we know, I'm just like making a joke. All right, good. Now that I've covered it, I can still keep my ego fully in check. Good. It doesn't have to crumble. I wrote from instead of wrong. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Imagine some dragons. What would I imagine said dragons doing? No, please do enlighten me. Guys, if anybody makes a D's nuts jokes in my chat, death sentence. I'm calling the guards on them. But no, go on. I imagine them dragging some. Guards. Guards, get the euthanasia at the ready. We've been waiting to test this one out. That's right. Welcome to the first Twitch stream where we're ethical enough to euthanize our viewers. You're welcome. See, I'm just running out of ammo again. I just don't have any way to like keep going. I guess I could keep running, but that kind of feels like bitch shit, right? Compared to mowing them all down, running down the valley with a pocket full of shells. Between both of these, when I open this, I only get 4 shots back. Well, it doesn't really matter because I'm just replacing my old med kit with the new med kit. See, this is where I'm very worried because I don't even know if I have enough shots in this bad boy. You're still, I honestly thought after the 4 shots, he'd be so weak that there was no shot that he doesn't die there. Turns out, very large shot that he doesn't die there. Okay, we might be out of ammo, but I'm not out of spirit. Yeah, I've got no way to win this. Yeah, they slowly walk at me and overpower me in everything I do. But I've got gumption. I've got dreams. I've got hopes. I've got desires. They can't hold me back forever. See that? We've killed him, and now there's a pistol over there. Now, how are we going to get the pistol? Simple. Smart pathing. Killing the ones who want me. All right, good shit. Then we pick this one up, and now we're locked and loaded again. What's the law that allows me immunity to something before it becomes, wait, before it becomes a law? I don't know. I know what the law is that makes a house yours if you stayed in it for a while. That was the squatters' rights. I really think squatters' rights should be illegal. Like, what the fuck are we doing having them? I would be so pissed off if I finally got a house and then all of a sudden they're like, by the way, this is your split custody house due to the fact that this other person has been living here for a while in your attic. Hey, I don't care if someone's living in my walls, kick them out. That's the easiest solution of all time. Let's get the cops to kick out the person who's living in my walls, perhaps. Instead of saying, well, I mean, can't you guys share? No! Never met a problem that didn't die to a certain amount of gumption. Is your name Forrest? Well, after what law Trump just removed, squatters' rights might be next. I don't really want to think about the fact that I might go back to a timeline in which I walk into a lobby and it's segregated by race, because that's kind of fucking absurd, right? Like, that's textbook comedically evil. That's an absurd thing to do. I can't even think of a justification for it. They called it like a DEI thing. I don't think it was DEI, guys. I think it was equal rights. I'm pretty, like, I've been wrong before. I'm pretty certain that that one was just called equality. And I think that we can keep. I also thought the DEI stuff we could keep, because really it doesn't change anything. Has been comedically evil the whole time. Yeah, but see, this one I don't even understand how you mental gymnastics for. On the other ones, like, they give a bunch of mental gymnastics that they hop through in order to say, to distance themselves from feeling like the supervillains. How the fuck do you mental gymnastics your way out of this one? I don't think it's possible. I mean, I guess you just go mask off at this point, right? That's probably the only solution they have going forward. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't replaced my katana, and I know my katana's done a lot of good for me. I misplayed that. I hit X and I dropped my weapon, and then it caused me to panic, and then I didn't know what was going on, and then I couldn't even remember who I was anymore. And then I didn't know if I liked the man that I saw in the mirror, but that one felt like it was like a personal issue that I could probably deal with given enough time. So I kind of put that one on the sidelines for a bit while I ran back in to grab my shotgun. This is not, wait, this is not what I wanted back. We got to get over there and grab the pistol. It's the pistol or nothing. Many are calling it the new age nerf. All right, good shit. Medkit's kind of broken. Makes me not have to worry about it. Oh my God, you're the big one? I'm not killing you with this much ammo. All 96 shots would be directly between his crane, right between the eyes, and he'd be fine. He wouldn't even register that he got hit. He'd be like, oh shit, there might be a fly. Yo, is that a horsefly? What's going on here? Okay, now this one I can take. I don't know what to do. Oh, we can just get out this way. What do you do? Deal 3x damage to cursed zombies. Aha. So this is what we've been waiting for. That's it. That's what we've been waiting for. Can't wait for the Orange Man to add the Purge event. That will be the one good thing he can do. Make all crime legal for 24 hours. I honestly think we should have a purge, but just like leave out the part about murdering. And why do I say that? Rich people break the law all the time. I think it should be fair that 24 hours, poor people get to get in on the fun. It's just 24 hours. Let them enjoy a little bit of the free life too. Like speeding, for example, right? That's a very easy one. Rich people just do that shit for free because they're not even gonna get pulled over. The cops' cars can't keep up with it. But you and your Chevy Silverado, I hate to break it to you, the cops can outrun you. Unlimited tax evasion, that's what I'm saying, the rich get to do it. I think it's time we let the poor people evade their taxes too. But only for 24 hours. Make the 24 hours where all crime is legal exactly the deadline to submit your taxes. Yeah, now he's cooking. Now people are like, wait, he's on to something. Wait, he perchance is right about this one. All right, we're chilling, we're chilling. So, what else do I want as upgrades? 1% chance to insta-kill seems okay. I guess we can get that one. 40% increased damage with all melee weapons. I'm just too much of a fan of meleeing zombies. I want to keep cooking, honestly. I feel right on the chef. I do feel like I'm cooking. All right, first 2 sips of water of the stream are down. All it took me was an hour and 40 minutes of nonstop talking to finally take a drink of water. I could honestly, it's like, you ever see a dehydrated plant that gets water? The way it all disappears and evaporates within a second because the plant could never have guzzled more. That's what my throat felt like. It couldn't believe that this kind of thing could actually just like hit it. Which is why I'm telling you, I need some people under the desk constantly providing me with liquid such that I can make sure that I'm drinking a good amount. It's only fair. I don't really know if I want the slugger. I think I just sell. Honestly, I just shouldn't open crates this early. Don't even bother opening crates yet because nothing in it's gonna be worthwhile. What if I never got a steal a tank? Is it what I never got, if I steal a tank, is it legal for me to keep it or is it a crime the next day? I feel like the next day, well, it can't be a crime the next day. You gotta keep it. And the reason is if you killed somebody, they don't come back to life the next day. You also don't get prosecuted for it the next day. That shit just kind of happens. Now, granted, if they were to do a purge like that, yes, it would still be a tax on the poor. I know, that's kind of like the whole message behind the movie. Don't worry, I'm aware. I'm not the kind of person who watched it and went, why did they go woke in the most recent purge movie? No, it's kind of always been that way. You just really didn't open your eyes. You watched with your ears closed and just saw the violence. I understand the violence was very well shot, so I get where you're coming from. So I don't even know if it was the most recent purge movie at this point. I don't know how quick they're pumping those ones out. Because hasn't it kind of become like the Saw franchise where nobody really can follow it anymore? A little bit self-projecting on the Saw one, by the way, but I don't know, man. Jigsaw's morals kind of didn't ever make sense to me. Once they started making it all grandstanding about him having this idea that he's only punishing people who deserved it, but then you'd see somebody who Jigsaw puts in the trap and they go, what did you do for him to throw you in the trap? And the guy hits you with, I ran a red light 4 years ago, and because of it, I got a ticket that I never paid. And then the other guy's like, whoa, that's crazy. I bombed an orphanage. Hey, Jigsaw, one of these people deserves to be in the death machine. The other person probably was just on their phone and didn't really cause any real problems for people. I agree with you on the bomb the orphanage guy. He definitely deserves to be in one of these traps where he could have a very gruesome and painful death. The guy who ran a red light, I don't think you should be putting him in a car and saying if you don't hit the, or you can hit the brakes to save yourself, but doing so will cause your leg to get permanently mangled such that you'll never stand up again. Jigsaw, you're not giving them much of a choice here. It's death or like a slightly more or slightly less flavorful death. And then he's like, by the way, just so you know, once your leg gets completely mangled by this trap that I've created and placed you in, but I'm acting as though there's some kind of moral choice here, you will definitely bleed out because I'm not going to be doing anything to help you. But like, you know, it's kind of what would you choose, assuming this was a fair trial? No, man, fuck you and your stupid ass morals. His morals always sucked ass to me. He punished people who did deserve it in a very light way, and then people who didn't deserve it, he was just like, nah, you know. The insta-kill works on cursed zombies. Well, that does change things. Okay, insta-kill is really good then. Sorry for being a little bit of a doubter. I didn't believe in it when I should have. I mean, melee weapons just make us go stupid good. Now that we have the extra damage boost on melee and this one's like on power level, it's too good. It's messed up. My uncle got put in a saw trap for eating corn off the cob. No, it's honestly, Jigsaw would see you at the cookout and say, 3 years ago, when you went to a cookout, you were handed corn on the cob. You then proceeded to take a knife and cut the kernels off of the cob rather than just eating it the way that it was. In order to make up for this now, in front of you is a knife. You must cut off your own skin and put it into a bowl. If you put in 85% of your skin, the door will open. If you do not, I will pop you like the corn kernels, and you will get burned to death by the incinerator behind you. Hey, Jigsaw, that guy just ate something in an unconventional way. How about we just like let him go? Like, he always comes up with the worst punishments for the people who deserve it the least. And then someone will be like a child murderer and he goes, all you have to do is just like cut off 4 fingers and you're free to go. No! Yeah, 4 fingers is pretty bad, but 2 of those are going to be his pinkies. And then he's probably going to choose some other fingers that he doesn't really care about too much, right? Like, you haven't punished him that hard. His life is slightly inconvenienced. Meanwhile, the guy who didn't really do all that much bad, yeah, his life is fucking ruined. No matter what. The guy who had to do open brain surgery on himself, granted, I can't remember what his reason for being in was, but there's no shot that he did something deserving of that. I just don't believe it. I guess, I like having the cryo gun, just so we have a little bit of CC on us. Because, I mean, like, just look at this. So I think you replace my pistol, because you're going to fulfill a very similar fantasy for me. Yeah, that's understandable, honestly. I probably shouldn't have meleeed the guy whose whole thing is he explodes when you kill him. Because, like, what he did afterwards, I mean, it might shock you. He exploded when I killed him. That was probably on me. I mean, I'm just standing in one streak. This is my purge. It does feel, I mean, the game feels so good. And I don't know if people are going to believe it, because, like, I like his graphics a lot. It does very much have the aesthetic that it's made by one guy, but it is made by one guy. So one thing that I really like, and I'm sure he baked the lighting in to the map. It's not like dynamic or anything, but I really like the way he does the lighting for not the street lamps, but like, look how he does the lighting over here for lanterns and stuff. I think that's really fun. Excuse me, man. I was trying to talk about lighting in video games for a second. Would you give me a moment? I'm educating. The masses need me. I hate that you're also able to grab me up close and bite me. Because if you're like a ranged guy and that's your whole shtick, how about you stick to what you know? How about you don't go chasing waterfalls and you just stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to? What do you think about that one, man? Because I know that it's going to happen your way or nothing at all. But I guess that just means... That song, by the way, the only reason I know it, and this is probably sad because it was a very large song. I mean, you got to remember it was a very large song before I was born. So as far as I'm concerned, it didn't exist. I only knew it because my bus driver in high school loved that song and he would constantly play it. I probably heard it on the way to school 90 times if I had to guess. That's like a light estimate. There was another song that I had to listen to a lot, and that one was against my own will. And like, I don't know how do you tell the story without being insensitive? And I think the answer is I can't tell the story without being insensitive. So, because like obviously the guy who was playing this song very loudly, he didn't really know any better. So like, I don't blame him for it. I just wish that I didn't have to listen to a certain One Direction song 4,000 times throughout my high school experience. I really wish that that didn't have to happen to me. And it did not matter how loud I'd play my music because I had to risk permanent ear damage if I wanted to block it out. It was not a great bus. Honestly, I don't think anybody enjoys a bus ride to school, right? Like, it's always you somehow get put in the most uncomfortable situation of all time, and you just have to pray that you're one of the people who's lucky enough to have your bus stop be early. And I was. You guys had bus rides? Yeah, to school. What, you just had to walk? That must be nice. Imagine having a walkable city. No, yeah, we had to have there were walkers to my school, but you were a walker if you were within a certain, I think it was like within 2 miles. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what it was. You had to walk, but that did not apply to me. I think I honestly might be vastly underestimating what a mile is. Okay, yeah, it's 5,280 feet, sure, but that doesn't give me like a visual. Bus rides were awful. That's what I'm saying. I was lucky though. My bus was one of the ones that, or my bus stop was one of the ones that came up first, so I was always one of the first people off. But it was so, honestly, it was so hype, right? because the way my bus driver did it, he would do the route one way on the way to school, but then the other way, he would just do it the reverse way because it made the most sense. So because of that, I was the last one to hop on the bus in the morning so I could sleep longer, and I was the first one off the bus in the afternoon because he just did the route in reverse. So I had the most high tier role I could have, which really did change. I mean, it made it so much better. Remember, I lived 40 minutes away from the school. Ooh, hold on. I will read this story in a second. This sounds like one of the my grandpa had to walk 14 miles to get where you are stories. I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just saying, like, it's very reminiscent of it back in my day ass. Woo! Hold. Okay. See, that's lucky. Mine did it the exact same. So I was the first one on, but the last one off. I don't think I could be the last one off, man. I think I'd lose my mind. I would get off at a different stop and just walk. Because when you're near one of the stops, surely you're somewhat near the other ones. Anyways, I lived... But then I had an hour before everyone else. Oh, you had to get up an hour before everyone else. Damn. L Bozo. Could you just fucking, like, fall over? Could you just flop to the very ground? Okay, I'm gonna pause to read it. I remember I lived 40 minutes away from school and my family didn't have a car, so we woke up at 5 a.m. and we went in like knee-high snow. Okay, so it was very the grandfather from Rugrats core. We had to walk this many miles. Dude, I've got nothing. I have nothing. And yet, the man who has nothing gains everything. Making fun of the poor. Excuse me, I didn't make fun of you for being poor. I made fun of you for walking, which is very different. The difference is, of course, in the United States, it doesn't matter if you were poor or rich. People wouldn't walk. You just skip school if you had to walk. Which, you know, I'd probably set them up great for their life experiences going forward. There was somebody in my school who used to be a bus rider, but then, like, routing changed or something like that, and he had to start walking. And so because of that, what was his solution? He just kind of like had his attendance plummet insanely hard because he didn't feel like walking. So that's what I'm saying. You didn't have to go. I live like an hour and 15 from school. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could have been a walker. I think I was very close. I was on the cusp of being a walker to my school because it was about a 45 to 50 minute walk for me, which isn't atrocious, and I would have done it if I had to, but I was pretty happy that I was barely, honestly, even if I wasn't, or even if they assigned me as a walker, it would have been faster for me to walk to another bus stop that would have been 10 minutes away and just hop on there. So realistically, I was gonna be riding a bus no matter what I did. Damn. We could use a little bit more health. So start whipping out this bad boy, because we have, in theory, lifesteal on all of our kills with melee. Now get rid of the big threats, right? Like the problem children, because they're gonna make it so I can't even get in there to melee. But then, whew, almost got hit there. One on him, two on him, one on him. Okay, hold on, just give me a second, any day now. So what do I want to do with them? Because they've got an exploder with them, right? I don't think I want to kill. I want to wait for more, don't I? Well, it's a second exploder. I mean, I guess that we just kind of build up our explosion reservoir then. And in the meantime, we just keep getting a little bit of lifesteal. Shoot this guy. One of these days. There we go. What am I looking for out of this one? This works. While sprinting, you take half damage and can't be slowed. Oh my god. Wait, it's broken? Also take this bad boy out, go for our 10% chance to insta-kill. Instead, we will just simply hit him with every single shot we have, and he won't die ever. That works too. All right, can't be slowed. This one into that. Okay, good shit, good shit. Now these guys are gonna go crazy. This is why we saved all these exploders. This is why we saved all these. Well, that just seems a little bit mean to spawn another exploder directly on top of me just so that you can kill me. I feel like if you have to cheat to win, did you really learn anything? I don't know. I don't think I would have counted that one personally, but whatever. Now this would double the chances. What else do we have? I think we should get more money from our melee kills. Equip 15 or more perks. Yeah, I sure do have a lot of them. Radioactive, I mean, it is one of my favorite Imagine Dragons songs. I feel it in my balls enough to make my system call or something. Yeah, I got you. All right, we cook. Dude, this game's actually fucking awesome, by the way. I had no clue if it would be good or not going into it. I just kind of wanted to relive my first ever e-dating experience. And so I figured this was the best way to go about it. Because this was originally where I FaceTimed a girl and said, hey, check this out. You want to play ZombieVille? It was not ZombieVille USA 3D, obviously. This came out, I think, like 2 weeks ago. So clearly, I was not going on my first date that long ago, guys. Come on. They are just like that recently, okay? Obviously, Salted Slices is known for one thing, and it's immaculate Riz game. The fact that the only stat that I have maxed out is, well, I have two. I have luck and charisma. Oh, also, the fact that I'm so humble, I think that really attracts a lot of people towards me. It's just kind of like they can get the humble, nice guy vibes where they understand that, you know, I'm really like an ally, you know? All of that obviously being true, that and being the funniest guy in the room at any given moment, like that really does help a lot, you know. And that's not even me glazing. Other people have said that. I'm just repeating what they've said to you. But don't ask for their names because they go to different schools and it would just kind of be embarrassing. Like they're out of country, so I just wouldn't feel comfortable giving out that kind of information. We'll sell the disruptor, I guess. I don't know. Yoink this one. There's so many soccer balls around. Did the apocalypse happen at a Dick's Sporting Good? That's the only thing I can imagine. Because there's simply too many soccer balls around. I don't believe that everybody, because you'd put it inside your house when you're not playing with it, otherwise you'd lose it. In fact, sometimes I put myself in my house to play with it. So what's that make you think? Dude, the melee early game goes crazy. Mainly because of the fact that the zombies can't really fight back. It's a very unfair advantage that I have over them. But still, it is an insane way to do early game. This game also does have co-op, so maybe I could get like Derp and Sen and maybe even Joe to pick it up because it has multiplayer online. Do I know if you keep all of your upgrades? I've got no clue. Do I know how reviving or anything like that works? Yet again, no clue. But I do know that it goes pretty hard. I'm kind of fucking with the chef, and I think it's because we've got that Italian-American bond. You know, he doesn't have to tell me that he's an Italian. I can already tell just by looking at him. It's the most obvious it could have been, but still. I mean, it does go back to that age-old adage. How do you know if somebody's an Italian-American? Don't worry, they'll tell you. You don't have to worry for too long, all right? They will keep you updated whether you wanted to or not. And I could tell you that that's true because I'm Italian. See? You didn't even ask that, and yet you still got it. It's also... My family did this too. And I'm sure this is the case for a lot of Italian Americans. They always talked about Italy and stuff like that as though it was this insanely special place. Like we had to go back to see it like it was a holy land. And they'd always talk about how we're real Italians even though we do live in the US. But then the kind of food we would make, yeah, there was a lot of pasta when I was a kid, but that was pretty much it. And I just think that that's because it's easy to make pasta and it's cheap. I don't think that that has anything to do with me being maybe if we weren't Italian, it would have been more ramen noodles instead of pasta. I don't know, but like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't to keep my cultural roots up. I'm 99% sure it's because pasta is one of the easiest things to cook of all time. And I can tell you that for a fact because I make it all the time. And it is insanely easy. And don't worry, I don't break the spaghetti in half. I put it in the pan as is. Because I don't understand people who break it. And this isn't even like a, oh, I'm so Italian style thing. What the fuck is the point of getting long style noodles if you want them short? I break the spaghetti without salt noticing. Death sentence, lethal injection. No, because you can just buy like penne or rigatoni or any other flavored shape, right? You don't have to specifically go for the one that's whole draw is, hey, this is a long noodle, and then break it in half. I don't understand the point of it. It's like buying a sports car just so you have a fun target for your sledgehammer. You don't gotta do that. I'm sure there's cheaper things. You can just get something that accomplishes the task that you want, rather than taking what you have and trying to force it to bend to your sick and twisted will. You fucking freak of nature. I mean, you know, I just got some light opinions on that. And like I said, that's not even an Italian-American thing. That's just like, I see you buying something that you shouldn't be buying because clearly you don't understand what the product is. It'd be if somebody was buying a bunch of helium to lose weight because they're like, yeah, it'll make me feel lighter. I would have to say the exact same thing. You're right that it makes things float, but I think you're going about it wrong. You got to stop inhaling the helium just to lose weight. There's better ways to accomplish our goals. I mean, it's a strict upgrade. No reason to go back to the other one. All right. Back to meleeing for a bit. Could use a better melee weapon, though. I feel like it's really hard to get one to drop. Because, yeah, we're up to 3 hit kills. 3 hit kills are not cutting it. Ooh, even shoot him a couple times. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. What we got over here? You've got to stop giving me the detective. I understand that this must have been like Sherlock's place. So many detectives around. Benedict Cumberbatch must be going crazy for it. I saw this article. I don't know if it's real or not. I honestly hope that it is because it's way funnier. So they said like there's an Oscar award winning film that's gonna be about Jesus Christ. And you won't believe the actor who's playing him and the miraculous transformation he underwent. And it was just a picture of Benedict Cumberbatch with long hair. I was just sitting there grinning ear to ear thinking to myself, there's no shot anybody looks at this as anything other than, holy shit, that's Benedict Cumberbatch. You can't pick an actor that's famous to be Jesus Christ. I think you got to pick someone who's a little more unknown because you got to be able to immerse yourself as him. Unfortunately, I'm just going to think they're going to go into a Sherlock style flashback every time, right? Like he's sitting there at his last supper wondering which of his apostles is about to betray him. I know he didn't actually suspect them in the Bible, by the way. You don't have to fucking tell me that. I'm 100% aware that he like completely trusted all of them. Hence why Judas's betrayal was so... Anyways, I get it, okay? But like they're going to have him sitting there thinking to himself, now which one of them would do it? It's showing random snippets throughout history. It shows a Roman Colosseum. Shoom, it zooms in. Just randomly shows the year 1984. Holy shit, he's locking in, thinking George Orwell books now. Going down the lines, he's like, that's it, Judas. It's you, isn't it, Judas? It's always been you. That should be a direct line in it, by the way. That would be awesome. I don't even know if the film is real, right? Because is there really that much of an audience for it? I know that you're saying to yourself the audience is all Christians, but I don't really think it is. I feel like there's a lot of Christians who just kind of like wouldn't care that they're making a movie about Jesus, because what's the point? It's not actually going to be him in the movie. So what are you waiting? I mean, I guess it could be really good. What was that one movie? I don't know if it was good or not. Was it God's Not Dead or God Is Dead? Dude, I learned today that Skillet is a Christian band. Skillet? You mean Skrillex? A skillet is something you would cook upon. Do you mean Skrillex, perhaps? Because You're talking about a long pan currently. There's no shot. Skillet? Skillet's a band? No, Skillet. Okay, yeah, Skillet probably is a Christian band. Also, I learned today there's a band called Skillet. Are you sure you don't mean Skrillex? They defined emo rock in 2010? Yeah, no. You're lying to me, I think. Because I listened to emo rock in 2010. And I don't remember Skillet. Skrillex is a dubstep band. I know that. I made fun of Skrillex all the time because I didn't understand the point of their music. Now that I'm a wiser and more matured soul, I've realized that you can make fun of far more than just Skrillex. Really changed my whole outview on things. Now I understand. All right, so we got like no ammo in the tank. We're running on fumes yet again. But our money is at an all-time high. Oh, yo, speaking of all-time high, have you guys heard, there's this one song, it's going pretty viral right now. I believe the song's just called Anxiety. It's by, I don't want to mispronounce her name. I believe it's Doichi. I think. The only reason I bring it up is I'm not about to be like, oh, I'm fucking with the song so heavily. Like, it's a fine song. Is it not supposed to be a remix of somebody that I used to know? Because I swear it has almost the exact same beat. When I first heard it, I actually thought it was like a fan cover of somebody that I used to know. By the way, we got pinned up against a wall and fucked. So that wasn't ideal. But I tried to look it up and some people are like, does anybody else think the beats sound similar? I totally think that the beats do sound similar. But at the same time, I also think that nobody else has put together that the beats sound similar. It's just me. Well, okay, very few people have put together that the beats sound similar. Because I listen to it and I actually can't imagine a world where it's not supposed to be a parody of it. You've heard Skillet before. I don't think that I had, sorry, I have my tabs all messed up right now, so I have to change around some stuff. Okay, I'm good now. Now you can go back to hearing the game's music. This next one, by the way, will probably be our last one if I had to guess. We might do one more after it. You're linking me a song just so that I'll get DMCA'd. Open link in private window. Hold on, we're gonna get an advertisement first. Monster? Holy shit, they're different bands. All right. Time for me to make a confession, guys. This entire time throughout my life, now say I was right, we don't do that around here. We don't shame people like that. I think it's kind of low that you would resort to shaming somebody like that. But anyways, this entire time throughout my whole life, I've kind of thought that they were the same band as Skrillex. Turns out that's not the case. Isn't that crazy? Increase your ammo capacity. Oh, well, that's going to be really helpful. We'll get it on the pistols because they already have a lot. This is mod abuse. Oh, don't act like you don't love to be abused a little bit. Like just a little bit, like a healthy amount. We were talking about kinks earlier, right? This is yours, whether you want it to be or not. I've turned it into yours. You're right, they totally are different. Dude, also when we helicopter in like this, it feels so like Michael Bay movie, and I love it. We've got that. So let mercy come. Wash. Imagine the chef walking with a pistol. Dude, what I've done, crazy song to pick as an outro to Transformers, but 100% the correct option. Also, the way that it starts is me when I'm at the Overwatch themed orgy and somebody is not letting the mercy in the corner complete. So let mercy come. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're saying it might be the best joke of all time. I don't know. We're getting comedy clubs flying out for that one. All right. I don't really know what our current goal is. Like, obviously it's survive, but I don't really know how I can further it too much more without getting more money. So I think it's just going to be playing a lot of runs, getting a lot of money, slowly upgrading, incrementally upgrading, keep getting more cash bags here. Maybe I should just keep rushing the money perks. Honestly, that's probably the key, right? The more money we get from the more enemies we killed, then the more upgrades we get from that more money. Bada bing, bada boom. Maybe I should even refund some of the useless ones, like you take less damage. Damage is avoidable, dumbasses. So I could probably drop those ones because I just don't need to get hit. I'm choosing to get hit. Wish that that other one that's extra money for melee kills didn't have a cooldown on it. I'm just saying, not to COD Zombies post too hard. COD Zombies, they didn't gate your money that you were getting by knifing them on round 1. Do not bring up that starting in Black Ops 4, Zombies had a predetermined point amount, because even with the predetermined point amount, that was only true for guns. You would still get your completed amount from, or the extra bonus for killing with melee. It was a flat extra bonus, which meant point guns were useless. So doing shoot, stab round 1 was pointless in Black Ops 4 compared to just doing stab, but you still had a slight edge if you were going for melee kills over just using your gun kills, because every zombie was determined, or was changed to give the same predetermined amount aside from the melee bonus. So because of that, anybody who was just using their pistol on round 1, they were bozos. But anybody who was also doing shoot, stab on round 1 in Black Ops 4 was probably the biggest bozo of them all, because brother, you're not changing anything. You already killing 1 knife on round 1, so what are we doing here? Right? Like, that's how you could tell if somebody wasn't really about that life. Which obviously, you know, if you're playing COD Zombies and you're not playing it 100% competitively, I mean, what are you even doing with your life at that point? Come on. Sometimes I'm getting 1-hits. What do you think causes that? See, like that one wasn't. If they get slashed cleanly in twain, it's normally a 1-hit. It's sometimes a 1-hit. Okay. Seems like there's like a 50% chance to just slash them in half. And so if we hit that, we're chilling. Maybe it's got something to do with like the headshot chance. I don't know. I mean, still no reason to stop just doing this. The slashes are just too good. They do have decent lunge distance to them. I wish they were skipping out on some of these gym days, but clearly they've been keeping up with their lunges. Holy shit, it's raining in game. Dynamic weather. All right, it's game of the year. I've seen enough. Has it been raining this whole time? By the way, this is the first time my eyes have noticed it. So if it's been raining this entire time, shut up. But if it hasn't been raining this whole time, give it game of the year. I feel like it has been raining the whole time. Now that I'm thinking about it, it probably has. I think my eyes just kind of, like when you're playing a game that puts the CRT filter effect on your screen and you just kind of start tuning out that it exists. I think I just tuned out that rain existed so I could focus on what was in front of me. Because if I don't focus on my present, then I'm gonna miss it as it turns to the future, you know? I mean, surely this is enough fire to torch you alive. All right, well, you know, gonna change the definition of surely, I guess. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Thank you. Little airplane posting. Shout out. Everybody loves airplane here. If you haven't seen airplane, I mean, honestly, I don't know how well it would hold up, right? I feel like a lot of the jokes would still hold up really well. Because there's the one girl on the plane who gives the absolute banger of the joke, which is the I like the coffee like I like my men. And if you don't know the punchline to that one, yes, you do. It's black. And it's made even funnier by the fact that the girl's like 8 or something, which makes the joke really funny. I don't know. I think a lot of the jokes hold up really well. Probably. But I haven't seen Airplane in ages. Whew. But there were a lot of really... I think it's one of those humors that's timeless, right? Because they didn't really... that I can remember lean on any crutches from the time. You wanna know a movie I don't think is timeless? And I don't know if this is gonna be a hot take or not. I don't hate the movie, by the way, because when I say that I don't think it's timeless, a lot of people are gonna be like, how could you? When I watched Forrest Gump, I felt like I didn't really get much out of it. Like, I enjoyed the movie. I don't want to make it sound like I thought it was a bad movie or anything. I thought the acting was fine. You know, it was a good movie. I'm not trying to say Forrest Gump's a horrible movie. I'm just trying to say that a lot of it is almost like this is what it was like living through these world events, and the people at the time it came out could easily relate to that because these were the events going on. The war, people getting drafted for it, all that kind of stuff, being a changed person when you come back, a lot of the little political issues that pop up throughout the movie, all of that kind of stuff, right? But me, I've got no connection to that. I've got no frame of reference. So I just feel like I don't get much out of the movie. So I'm not gonna say it's a bad movie. I'm just gonna say, like, it's not as timeless as people say because I don't have a frame of reference for a lot of it. And I know it's still a nice time capsule of how people were feeling at the time, and that's fine. And I think those movies are important to exist. I'm just saying, for me personally, I'm not really going out there trying to say like you got to make sure you watch Forrest Gump before you inevitably kick the bucket. I think you can probably watch, well, I don't know how much good cinema is out there. There's a lot of good cinema, but there's also so much just downright boring. I'm sorry. The worst thing a movie can be to me is boring. If something is a bad movie, at least that's evoked an emotion out of me. I'm sitting here feeling something. If your movie is boring, I think you failed on every level. Like pulling back the veil on Morbius for a second, because obviously morbing out is hilarious. That's objectively very funny. Morbius was, I watched it with my friends as a bad movie night idea. We went, oh dude, we should all check out Morbius to see if it's actually as bad as people say, haha. It's not even that it's as bad as people say. People undersell how criminally fucking boring that movie is. It is akin to watching paint dry for its entire runtime. And that's the biggest sin that it has. If it was a bad movie, that would be funny. It's not a bad movie. Like, it is, but it's a bad movie because it does nothing. And that's the worst kind of bad movie you can be. Because if you're going to be bad, be spectacularly bad. And people always bring up The Room in times like this, right? And don't get me wrong, The Room is a really funny, special, one-of-a-kind, so bad it's good movie. But that's also why I don't think pointing to it helps the discussion. Because if you're like, oh, I love so bad it's good movies, like The Room. Yeah, of course you do. The Room's an insanely enjoyable bad movie. Everything about it just feels so earnestly bad because it was kind of before the bad movie genre. The only other movies that really come close are Neil Breen films. But that's just, I mean, Neil Breen's a very special kind of filmmaker, man. It's so hard to not love yourself Breening out. He's one of my favorite filmmakers, probably of all time. The line, I cannot believe you killed yourself, it lives rent-free in my head. He did too good of a job. And you might be thinking, throw a little more emotion on that. I would never, because that would be insulting to the fact that the original is completely deadpan in its delivery. And that's what makes it so funny. Because it's just it's his script, and it sounds like it's his first run through of the lines. And that's magic. I don't think you can fake that. There's something, either he's the biggest genius of all time, or we've just found something special. And I don't know which one is better. But man, I love Breening out. I think he's got great films. I think it's very entertaining to watch. Just gonna volatilely explode these guys real quick. Holy. Yeah, okay, that gun's broken. I mean, it's the volatile attachment that makes it broken, but still. Augment attachment, whatever. It's the volatile thing that makes it broken. Okay, throw this right here. You're done. How is he not? Okay, what we do now, they're all grouped up. Easy. That had to be a ton of damage on him, and it was. Now we have a cryo elemental gun. I actually like it just more than the Molotov, so what are we gonna do? The classic. Just fucking waste all of these, burn them if you got them, and brother, we got them. So just keep throwing these bad boys around. 5 left to throw. That's no problem. My arm's hardly even tired. Whoa, man. I thought you would be dead by then. All right, we're good. Now what do we do? It just sucks that you're all kind of grouped up like that. There we go. So I got 100 shots in our most goated one. The volatile roll really is saving lives out here. We're not just telling stories, we're changing lives. Darman wouldn't have said that for nothing. But you know, I do think that the too bad it's good genre, it gets so saturated by people pointing to The Room. And The Room is a really good so bad it's good film. I'm not trying to say like The Room sucks or anything. No, it is a very enjoyable so bad it's good film, but you're not putting anybody onto The Room. No one's gonna be like, oh dude, what kind of fun movie should we watch for movie night? Oh, I got a crazy idea, The Room. Bro, you just suggested getting McDonald's for dinner. Like, come on, think a little. Everybody has already seen it. Everybody who cares about so bad it's good movies has already seen it. That's just kind of how it is. Its popularity has eclipsed itself. There's no other movie like it that you could get a documentary out of it. You know what I mean? For so bad it's good, that is. But that's why I think more people got to be putting people on. Like, yeah, I know people know Troll 2 also. So you could say that I'm hypocritical for saying I like Troll 2. But I think that a lot of people haven't seen Troll 2. I've actually sat down and watched Troll 2. Most people, in my experience, have just seen they're eating her. And then they're gonna eat me. Oh my God. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely goated scene. That is cinema in motion. But you should watch the full movie because there's a lot more. Like, one of my favorite details about the film is its name. And you might say, why? It's just called Troll 2. That's a normal name. It's a movie about goblins. Who named it Troll 2, man? That's fucking awesome. Hey, we've got this film. It's just kind of about a bunch of goblins in a town. What should we name it? Dude, I got the perfect idea. Let's name it after trolls. A completely separate creature that doesn't even get referenced throughout the entire film. Oh, now that's a genius idea. I don't know if this was like a translation thing, like it was passed over to a different studio who didn't recognize that trolls and goblins, probably not the same thing. Adds freezing effect, by the way, doing some absolute god tier work for us. All right. You motherfucker. You unfroze right then and there just because of me. Oh, fuck me. All right. Things are gonna get dicey here. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it to you. That's your therapist's job. This is gonna be a rough one to climb on out of. I think we'll be fine. Hold. Just keep playing smart. We've got extra ammo in our pistols. Life-saving decision. Shit, I shouldn't have froze that guy. Oh, but I didn't really have much of an option because everything I do freezes. If you're wondering why I shouldn't have froze him, he was one of the ones that could have exploded and helped me out a lot here because we just need some more AoE. Fuck me, dude. I mean, I've just been pumping him full of lead, right? Surely he does not have much left to him. Okay. He's on me. Hold on. He's eating me. And then, sorry, they're eating me and then they're gonna eat me. It doesn't work that well, I know. But like, what do you want me to say? Dude, it takes so many slices for me to pick up a kill. How do we navigate this one? It's a turbulent environment in which we find ourselves now, isn't it? Fuck. Okay. Please, just like keel over. Cardiac arrest. Humble my bone to the cardiac. Come on, man. Give me something. Okay. I just don't live that one. I probably could have swapped to my ice one. I was just so excited to get a weapon to drop that I thought, oh, it's my big day. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. It kind of was what I was waiting for, but at the same time, it was also the very thing that led to my death and demise. Well, I said that was going to be the last run. And I think that will be the last run. What do I think of Zombieland USA? Dude, this game is fucking fun. And I think the multiplayer sounds like a great time. I'm just gonna buy a bunch of random perks. No, I'm not. Refund this. I want you, and I want you. Because now we're gonna get extra money, and the more money we get, well, obviously the more problems it brings. But even more than that, the less we'll have to farm as many upgrades. So, thank you guys so much for coming out. I had a great time streaming. I hope you had a decent time watching. I will see you guys tomorrow for a different game. I'm sorry it was a bit of a shorter stream. If you're wondering why it was so much shorter, the answer is very simple. Today was going to be my day off, but since my internet cut yesterday, I wanted to do a stream today of something. So that way I felt like I was still providing and making good on my promise that I want to stream more. I mean, obviously yesterday was out of my control. My internet cut. What do you want me to... I'm not my ISP, and if I was, I'd be charging myself half as much. Dude, it is a little bit bullshit, though, that your internet can just cut out and your ISP goes, we're not going to give you any kind of credit. Like, credit me back 1 day's worth of pay. Because I did not get my day's worth of pay from that day. Therefore, credit it back to me. Obviously, they won't ever do that, but I'm just saying, like, that would be a nice little thing that they could do. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Probably going to be Bazaar tomorrow for the new patch. I didn't want to play it tonight because the night of a new patch on Bazaar, I just don't trust the servers. Anyways, see you.